The Diamondbacks are off on this Thursday after blanking the Dodgers to claim the series win. They'll host the Marlins for a weekend trio starting tomorrow with Zach Gallen, the projected starter. The Mercury hosts the Mystics tonight, looking for a third consecutive win. And week one of the Cardinals' voluntary OTAs wrapped up yesterday, and they'll resume on Tuesday. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword BANK at foxsports910.com. That's BANK at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for a sunny start to the day with sunny skies in the afternoon, a high of 95, and then tonight temperatures dropping down to about 70 degrees. For the Fox 10.
All right, open coming down in 20 seconds.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Tired of looking through a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it replaced with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualifying customers can get up to $375 cash back and a free dinner and Rodizio grill.
NewVisionAutoglass.com.
480-210-9090.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by
I've got all
Sports Marketing.
I get it.
And is powered
down,
by the
man.
injury attorneys Lerner and Roth. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox
You're live.
910.
Good Thursday to you. Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, Jax, and Richie today as we are coming to you from the Tempe Twin Peaks. We're always at a different Twin Peaks every Thursday. There's 5 of them in the Valley, but today one of the more popular ones of all of them. Even when the beer guys are here, you know, the guys from Crescent, when there's like a bunch of guys here, you know, they're the Miller Coors guys.
Yes.
You know, they're when they're here, it's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Where the beer guys are, right?
They had the fine manager, Mark, said a lot of graduation parties going on, a lot going on the last 2 or 3 weeks. So kind of coming to the end of the school season, they had 20 people here, 40 people there. So Twin Peaks here in Scottsdale getting it after a little bit here.
We're in Manuch, Tempe. Manuch, we're in Tempe.
What did I say?
Scott.
Oh, my bad. Okay, Tempe.
We're off to a good start, folks. The fact that Jimmy, Jimmy corrected him, is fun.
And this is my old neighbor's stomping grounds too. I should know better.
How you lived way on the other side in Tempe?
I lived down at the McClintock and Southern, about 4 miles due south of here.
It's more than 4 miles.
Let's see,
probably 10 or 15 miles.
University, Apache, Broadway, Southern. 4 miles.
You think it's 4 miles from right here?
I think basically maybe 4.5 as I do it. This is the old boondoggle neighborhood areas. We come up this way, just to kind of hang out, if you know what I'm talking about.
So, did you happen to put Jax? Did you put my stuff together for Throwback Thursday on these guys?
Yeah. Gave it to Richie. We're all good to go.
So we're gonna have some fun with these guys a little bit later.
100%.
Because I think we started off on how Throwback Thursday is gonna go.
Oh, is that a hint?
Hey, at least paybacks are a bit.
I'm sure they are.
Some of them
so be ready.
I'm ready.
Be ready.
I've been ready for 20 years.
We are going way back. I mean, 70s.
Wow.
For a throwback. I mean, we're going to take Jimmy B to when he was an athlete.
Wow. He was an athlete at one time?
Dude, you'll be surprised if you've seen the video. Jimmy
I haven't seen it. No.
It's the worst tennis stroke I've ever seen in my life. But basketball, I was impressed. I think he could give you a game. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. You think so?
And we have footage that it's radio. We have footage of him with his shirt off playing basketball.
Was he on the beach?
No, he was in a gym.
Absolutely.
He was in a gym.
Shirts and skins had to be shirts and skins.
No, he was the only one with his shirt off.
No kidding.
Showing off the guns.
Not to mention he was in a wrestling he had an arm wrestle a guy too. So we're gonna
go back to
we're gonna give you some audio that'll give you a reason why Manuch didn't play in the NFL longer.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it NFL game or Canadian game?
Well, we can't find any NFL, but we found some Canadian.
Okay. You'd have to go to the preseason tape.
And the commentators, they weren't big fans.
Wow.
You didn't throw much. You ran a lot.
Yeah, I did.
So
yeah, I would.
we'll have some fun.
That'd
That'll
be
be
fun.
in the. I don't know when we're gonna do that.
Might bring a tear back to our eye for crying out loud.
Top headlines brought to you by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. D-backs got their first series win over the Dodgers in 6 years. Yeah, it's taken 6 years for them to get a series, and they did it last night by beating them 6-0. Ryan Nelson pitched 5 scoreless innings, picked up the W. Marte, Walker, homered for the Snakes. They've now won 3 of 4. Great timing with Miami coming into town, and then Martel extending that hitting streak to 21 straight games.
So maybe we mark the tape. This is the beginning of the Diamondbacks kind of getting their groove on and moving forward to see this team pitching to really shut down the Dodgers. I mean, winning 2 out of 3 against the LA Dodgers, against this hitting machine of the Dodgers. So as your point taken, Rock, timing's perfect. Miami coming in, but they won. I think they won like 6 out of 10. So they've really righted their ship, but they're playing better baseball.
They are playing better, but they still stink.
How do they stink?
Miami.
So what's the matter? Why would you say stink? Because you don't like fish? You don't like marlins? You don't like the smell?
Actually, I'm not a fish guy. I got deathly ill on salmon one time. I don't eat
seafood at all.
No,
fish sticks with ketchup. As far as I go.
That's about it.
The team that you really need to watch if you don't want to be a Diamondback fan, and there's plenty of room to come on the bus, is the Phillies.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
They've won 5 in a row, 17 of the last 20. They're off to the best. Listen to this, guys.
Yeah.
Best Major League Baseball start after 50 games since 2001 and the Seattle Mariners.
Wow.
They are playing unbelievable
They blow
baseball.
people out.
They are. And Bryce Harper's just on fire.
Last night, the Mavericks, they surged late, that being Jimmy B's Dallas Mavericks, as they took care of business over the Timberwolves, took game 1. The superstars, at least for Dallas, stepped up with Luka Doncic. He led the charge with 33 points, 8 assists, 6 boards. Kyrie, well, he had 30 points as they went on a run late, 10-3 run, which was the difference as Minneapolis came out of the gate playing real well. And then they just could not hit a 3. Could not hit a 3 to save their life. And Dallas was giving them the threes.
They were.
Go ahead, shoot, have some fun. But just at the end of the game, watching Minnesota, they just seemed like they were out of it. They were out of gas. They played sloppy. It was inevitable they were going to lose that game.
I'm going to say this, and people aren't going to like it, because 2 weeks ago, or even maybe as much as just a week ago, everybody, Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, new face of the NBA. No, he's not. He's freaking 22 years old, and if you listen to him, it showed.
Yes.
And if you listen to him following the game, he says, "Well, we were tired." Tired? You just got run by 30-year-old Kyrie Irving, who showed you exactly what a true professional is all about, and now you're trying to tell everybody you were tired at 22 years of age? You never got tired at 22.
I was shocked he said that. We didn't bring the energy. We were tired. I'm like,
what the hell?
All right, but what about the flip side of that?
What?
A player is basically telling the truth. They got tired.
I think
they were exhausted.
No,
I would rather players say that. Players say that.
Yeah, Kyrie ran him into the ground.
Yeah.
So how do you get tired at 22? Did you get tired at 22? No.
Never.
Yeah, I probably did.
No.
These guys, remember, they have not been to this level before.
I understand.
You know, they got guys on this team that have not been in the playoffs with that
I think
pressure.
that's it more than anything. It was the inexperience showing up.
The emotion part of it.
Yeah. I
played 41 minutes.
Yeah, I think that the whole thing in reference to...
How many did Luka and Kyrie play?
41 minutes. Kyrie played 40.
There you go. Yeah.
Luka played 41.
That's what I'm saying.
Guys are going to play a lot
What's wrong with being tired? And at least they admitted that they were tired.
You don't want to share that.
It's an excuse.
Why not?
It's an excuse.
Okay, it is an excuse, but finally it's a good excuse.
No.
It's a truth. They're being truthful. Why don't you? It's Michael used to say it. Michael used to say the way hey, I didn't have it today.
Well, that's fine.
My legs.
Then he should have said that.
But he did. That's what he's saying. My legs,
Okay, but they had the lead at the end of the first. They had the lead at halftime.
Right.
They had the lead in the third quarter.
NBA, you can lead.
I understand.
Multiple times.
I'm well aware.
The last-
I'm well aware.
No matter
His
what.
problem was he was 6 of 16 from the 3-point line.
That's it, exactly.
But I don't know. I think it's kind of refreshing to hear a player tell the truth and say, "We got beat. We were tired."
Okay, if I would have accepted we got beat, they got us.
Yeah,
we have to refocus.
He said I have a quote here. We didn't make shots.
Yeah, that's true.
They did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, the thing about, we were tired and we didn't have the energy, but that fans don't want to hear that.
No.
Right? They don't want to
All
hear
right,
that.
but so what?
And I think that
It's truthful.
to Jimmy's point, Anthony Edwards, after they beat the Nuggets in Game 7, said, "I got Kyrie," and then he said, "I'm tired."
Yes.
Well, that's because you had to go
Yeah.
guard him
Kyrie.
and then go on the offensive side of the ball and get
Who
some
lit
scoring.
you up,
Hey,
by the way.
Be careful what you ask for.
There you go,
Be
Manuch.
careful what you ask for.
So, Jimmy, I asked you, how does he adjust in Game 2? Anthony Edwards can't guard Kyrie.
No,
again.
you have to make it. Going to have to make a defensive change and have somebody else come up and take minutes away. Edwards is going to have to play Kyrie once in a while, but you're going to have to find somebody else to put on
McDaniels,
Kyrie.
I thought, played Doncic well.
Yes, yeah. But Luka struggled,
3.
which is why Kyrie was so effective in the first half. And then Luka kind of picked it up and kind of found his way and then scored 15 of his 33 in the fourth
But Luka
quarter.
typically will do that. He'll let
He does.
everybody get
He
in the
does.
game, get
Yeah.
their flow. But that was Kyrie. It was the conservative say, "Hey, young fella,
Yeah.
I'm right here.
I'm right here. Come,
Guess what?
Yeah.
Try to cover this." And he just couldn't. 24 points in the first half?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
See what he did.
Minnesota attempted 49 threes. They've never attempted more than 40 in a regular season game. So for them to come out and start firing and missing so much, and it was an historic game because for Dallas, they became the 5th team in postseason history to win where the opponent hit 12 or more threes.
Wow.
They were letting them shoot.
They did.
They were truly letting them shoot,
Yep.
and it didn't matter because they knew they were cold
2.
or they were tired.
There's a difference between cold and tired.
But I'm like Jimmy. I said, here you are in the Western Conference Finals. You've had a couple days off.
right,
you should be
whatever.
good to go. Whatever, Rockets.
No, it's a
go gadget, man.
I get it, but man, let's be realistic here. Players can be tired.
Okay.
Everybody's tired at the
Everybody's tired.
moment.
You guys
Everybody
you
is.
have a problem with the fact that he admitted it.
Yes.
No, so what? Fans don't want to hear that.
No.
Oh, it's kind of nice that,
I
that
would-
he's actually
Yeah,
telling the truth.
You know what I would
It's
say?
an excuse.
Here, I'd
Okay.
say they beat us. They beat
what
us
else?
tonight.
What else are you supposed to say,
They
guys?
beat us.
You got beat. Okay,
Yeah,
so
beat.
what?
I was fine with that.
Well, we were
Until we
tired.
broke out. We were tired.
Well, that's why
I'm
they
not,
lost.
I'm not buying that. The Mavericks were tired.
Everybody's tired this
Damn
time
right.
of year. You got to step up. You got to find a way to fight through your tiredness. I just think he's going to learn. He'll probably never say that
No,
again as a
he's
young guy. Hey,
22,
look,
23
I
years
know,
old,
I know.
right?
like I
he's a
said,
kid.
he'll learn. And we all made dumb comments
I don't know.
early on.
I don't know if that's a dumb comment. I think it's just refreshing. He's telling the truth. I hate the fact that you professional
Right.
athletes, you always got to sugarcoat things. You just say, hey,
I wouldn't.
I was
sugarcoat it.
tired.
I would
was tired.
I would never say I was tired. You know what? We got beat
Why
by a
not?
better
But what
team.
if you were tired?
I
What
would never.
if you
I
were
would-
tired?
I wouldn't admit it to
And
my
You're allowed
opponent.
to be
I
tired.
wouldn't admit it to my
So-
opponent.
So that locker room over in Dallas, go. All right, we're gonna attack these guys like
We're
we did
going to
the first
run
game.
his butt.
We're gonna run
everywhere.
at him. And if he's
Yep.
tired, cry me a freaking river.
Yeah.
You're a freaking 22 years old. Suck it up, man. Let's go.
It's Thursday. We are broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Today it's Tempe, and so take advantage of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. It's all right here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We'll come back with our Document Solutions Sound of the Night. That's next here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox 910.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for billiards, poker, and trivia. And now the Roc and Manuch Amber by Huss Brewing. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, daily specials, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Amber drafts. Arena Sports Grill.
Celebrate Memorial Day weekend at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 50% bonus trade-in on all new clubs. Buy any 2 apparel items and receive a 3rd free. And save big on shoes, bags, carts, and travel covers. The more you buy, the more you save. Shop with us this Memorial Day weekend, in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. get there.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
When it comes to men getting a vasectomy, you want to ensure you go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. They have single appointment options with a same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take the time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable, and most men can return to work next day. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included with the activation of a Silver Unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid.
Switch to Straight Talk. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Requires in-store activation. Device offer ends 6/9/24. Taxes and fees apply.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every basket, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a three-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game or a player goes 2 for 2 at the foul line. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text STEP to 53342.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app. Time for today's play of the day, courtesy of Document Solutions, leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. Their service can't be copied. 623-252-8282. Now let's get to the play of the day.
Ramirez, Doncic got a hand on it. Irving controls, game is alive. And the Dallas Mavericks have come from behind to beat Minnesota in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals.
That's right, 108-105 as Dallas takes Game 1, as we just mentioned, as they won in Minneapolis at Target Center. The two teams will return Game 2 tomorrow there in Minneapolis. The Eastern Conference Finals, they continue tonight with Boston playing host to Indy again for Game 2 at TD Garden. Celtics hold a 1-0 lead in that one. So there you have it. That is your Sounds of the Night, brought to you by Document Solutions of the Valley, 623-252-8282. Get yourself or business a new all-in-one printer. Right now you can buy, lease, or even rent many makes and models that work off your smartphone. How cool is that? Call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Their service can't be copied. And when you call, ask for our buddy Greg House. So there you have it. Your Sounds of the Night by Document Solutions. Word came out today that the officer who arrested the world #1 golfer, Scottie Scheffler, last week, has been disciplined for not activating his body-worn camera during the incident last week. Of course, Scheffler was arrested ahead of the second round of the PGA Championship last week. Still a lot of talk about what happened with the player being dragged, and that video has been up online since last night, and you have an opportunity to see that if you want. But police officer getting in a little trouble for not having it on.
Of all the places not to have your camera on, Louisville.
Exactly.
With all the issues they have had
over
the years, I think that's one of those, as soon as you get out of your car or as soon as you get in your patrol car, turn your camera on. Turn it on. And rightfully so, because that's now, I guess, they have to look at some of the other footage that people have had or other people have come upon from that, because when they have that footage on, that camera on, a lot of it's pretty clear cut. You see a lot of video, who's saying what was said, because there's a lot of now misinterpretation of what happened with this whole scenario. So very unfortunate, but I'm sure that you discipline him, you suspend him for a couple of weeks, find the guy, whatever.
I don't know if you do that, Manuch. You discipline him, he gets suspended for a day or two.
Don't do it again.
Don't do it again.
Slap on the wrist.
Yes.
I think the message to any police department from this thing, and most of them do around the nation, is as soon as you get in that patrol car, or before you get in your patrol car for your tour of duty that day, turn that bad boy on.
It's for your own protection, to be
Absolutely.
honest with you.
Yep.
Hey, the Cardinals today officially signed their 4th pick overall, Marvin Harrison Jr., to a rookie deal. It's being reported it's 4 years, $35.3 million with a team option for the 5th year. There's also a $22.5 million signing bonus, and all of it is fully guaranteed. So he becomes the highest draft pick of any team to sign so far, as the quarterbacks Williams, Daniels, and May are still negotiating with their respective teams.
Oh, you got your $9-10 million a year plus everything guaranteed. Now they can relax. I think just about everybody has signed with the Cardinals. I'm pretty sure, because they've had everybody in OTAs. Pretty sure that they've got all the other guys. Now that he's signed the top pick, if there's any others lingering, that all just falls right back in place.
They got 9 of 12, so you still got Darius Robinson, 27th overall pick, 3rd-round running back Trey Benson, and the safety Taylor Demerson have not signed yet.
So I think from that standpoint, they'll all fall. The salaries will be the salaries, bonuses.
They're slotted.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they're working on incentives from that standpoint. But from now, I would think those 2 or those 3 would sign the next 2 or 3 days, because it's set. Slot. Here it is. Here's where the pack is. If there's any other incentives that they're looking to get, that might be the only thing negotiated for.
Some other news in the National Football League: Antonio Brown, who earned about $80 million in his 12 years, he has filed bankruptcy today, as he is in the hole about $3 million to at least 8 creditors, including the truck driver that he had assaulted. That's $1.2 million. But he is a first ballot Hall of Famer for 2027. He's got some new music coming out this summer, so watch out for Antonio Brown coming to a showroom near you.
Amazes me that if you're making $80 million gross, Uncle Sam takes half. If you got 40, you can't survive on
That's
40.
over 12 years, though, Manuch.
Well, I get that, Rob.
Spent, probably a lot initially.
Well, obviously, it sounds like he spent more than he had coming in, with houses and cars and
babies,
suits,
kids,
babies, all the above. It's just sad to see that. And to that point about first ballot Hall of Famer, what goes on off the field doesn't seem to affect what the guys do on the football field as far as Hall of Fame is concerned.
Is he a Hall of Famer in your mind?
I don't know.
He was really productive.
He was phenomenal. He was, I'd have to ponder. I'd let that marinate a little bit. He was damn good. I mean, he was at the peak of his career. Nobody could stop him.
That's correct.
I mean, nobody could stop him. He was Mr. Go-To. He was Ben Roethlisberger's new home run hitter. I think that, Coach Gruden, John Gruden, wish they could have worked it out there in Oakland, because at that point in time, he was probably feeling like, look, this kid's not a knucklehead. Because Mike Mayock, talking about him being the general manager at the time, was figured out is going, I can't keep this guy around anymore.
Let's look at the last 3 wide receivers that got in, and you tell me if he's the same level. Calvin Johnson, class of 2021.
No.
Megatron, so he's not at that
No.
level.
Mm-mm.
All right, Isaac Bruce, class of 2020. And then Randy Moss,
No.
2018.
No, he didn't meet the
So
class.
if you're going to go by those 3 that got in, you're saying he's not at that level, so
No.
he doesn't go in.
I would say goes in particular. He might go in.
I don't see him going
several
in.
years down the road.
Hey, he was a great player, but I
Yeah.
don't think, but these days seems like everybody gets in the Hall.
I know, because
It's
people have
unbelievable.
lost their mind.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the greatest of the great. Now it's just, he was really good for 3 or 4 years, so we'll put him in. Well, I don't buy that.
I don't either. Or over time,
Over
they
time.
get in. It's
Not-
like, we gotta let them come in over time. That's a joke. You
Well-
either get in right away,
Well,
or you
you
don't.
don't.
Yeah.
Here's
Who
the
cares how many people are going in that year?
You just said he might have been good for 3 or 4 years. That's good. But you talk about those guys right there. They were there for, you look at anywhere from 8 to 10, 12 years, the production they had every year for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have had a guy that, like a Brown that, okay, for 3 or 4 years, he was at the top of his game. But I think you need longevity. You need a consistency for a long period of time. Those 3 receivers you mentioned were phenomenal. For
Exactly, but that's Hall of Fame quality.
Yes,
that
it is. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
Antonio Brown is not at that
No,
level then.
He's not.
So he just should never get in then. Period.
I would say, yeah. I would probably say I would agree
Very
with that.
good.
Yeah, I agree with
Came
that.
around. The thing that the Pro Football Hall of Fame does not have, and they should, is a character clause.
They should.
Baseball does.
Yeah,
Pete
they
Rose
do.
can't get in.
That's correct.
A-Rod can't get in.
That's correct.
Who else?
Mark
Barry
Mark-
Bonds can't get in.
Mark McGuire, Roger Clemens. Well, the list is quite White law.
That may be one of the contradictions of the NFL, because think of Lawrence Taylor and his issues that he had off the field.
Hey, OJ's in.
OJ. OJ
he went in
after.
before.
He went
Well,
before,
did.
Jimmy.
I'm well aware.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what Antonio Brown's induction speech would be like? That's why I think the NFL is like, we're not going to put him in for
hope
that
not.
reason alone.
I don't think he should. I think there should be some type of character clause.
And I think that
you're representing the Shield, and if you're going to misrepresent it, which he has clearly over the years,
and I
he
think,
shouldn't be in the Hall.
And if that's happening during your career, it's a double whammy. After your
Think
career,
about that. It did for him during his career.
Absolutely.
What he did in New England, Pittsburgh, Raiders, everything.
When he ran off the field with the Buccaneers at that Jets game.
with Tampa Bay.
I mean, he's
I think that if it's stuff that happened after your career's over and you're in the Hall, then that's one thing. But if you're a knucklehead during your career, you're suspended or you're here, you're there, then it negates everything. Unless you have, like 8 Super Bowl rings with the MVP for 4 or 5 of those Super Bowls.
Where you're going. Yeah.
I mean, if Jerry Rice was a knucklehead several of his years, he'd have still made the Hall of Fame. Now, is it right? Is that clause there? Does that outweigh the voters? But if that criteria is in there with them, then okay, here's our criteria from here going moving forward. And then they weigh out, the old, means, median, mode thing. Grade on a curve. How much of that he did off the field will balance in reference to them making the Hall of Fame? So
Character clause. Hey, celebrate Memorial Day weekend at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss this incredible weekend where you got 50% of bonus trade-in on all new clubs. Buy any 2 apparel items, get third for free. And you can save big on bags and shoes and carts and travel covers if you're going to be making a trip out of Arizona this summer. The more you buy, the more you save. So shop at Vans this Memorial Day weekend, in-store or online. That's Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there. Well, the NCAA Board of Governors last night cast their votes in support of settling 3 antitrust cases. And it comes out to $2.8 billion in back damages. Guess who's paying for it? The conferences. $1 billion. I mean, it's crazy, the numbers. How will this play out? We catch up with the sports professor Rick Coro next and see what he thinks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks Tempe.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Marvin Harrison Jr., the Cardinals' top draft pick, has signed his 4-year rookie deal with a 5th-year team option, reportedly worth a fully guaranteed $35.4 million. The Mercury hosts the Mystics tonight. The Suns' new G League team will play out of Mullet Arena. That leaves questions about the Tucson Roadrunners, who were rumored to head up north after the Coyotes left for Utah. ASU officially names Graham Rossini their new AD. The D-backs are off. They'll host the Marlins for a week in Rio starting tomorrow. And the projected starting pitcher for the series opener is Zach Gallen. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Need an all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 draft, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Have you been charged with a crime you didn't commit? It happens more than you think. When your liberty is on the line, you need an experienced attorney that will aggressively fight for you. Lerner & Rowe Law Group handles DUI and all other criminal charges. And with our affordable payment plans, it's easier than you think to get the defense you need. If the police made a mistake, call Lerner Road today. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call.
Lerner Road is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Do you ever have a case of the Mondays? You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
Call now. Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
This month only, you can get $500 off all water softeners with my friends at Plum Smart. Hey, it's Jody Ayler. Did you know that water softeners can help extend the life of your plumbing and appliances in your home? Plum Smart also offers 0% financing or no payments for 12 months. So if you want $500 off all water softeners this month only at Plum Smart, call them today. 480-654-8865. Or go to itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. AutoZone.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app. Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports. Author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook. Host of Power of Sports and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports. The sports professor, Rick Horrow, joins Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
How are we doing today, Rick? Where are you this afternoon?
Wow, that was a good intro. Don't you want to come in behind and say this is our wonderful sports professor? Oh no, the introduction is already done.
We pay all that money for the big voice guy from Fox in LA to do for you. I mean, I think that's one of the best opens, and I've heard you on multiple shows. No one has an opening like we do. Would you agree?
Yeah, you've never played. You remember that walk up rap thing that I sent you? You never played that one.
We couldn't get it past the suits.
Is that correct?
No,
is that really right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Our guy is out today. Our guy is out today. That would have been responsible for that. So next week we will make sure that is it. That's put in the mix here.
Well, that would be interesting. So I just got back from Chicago. I got my Cubs fixed yesterday and the day before. I now have my my Kyle Hendricks fixed. The Braves are up 1-0, and they're about to go up 30-0. Hendricks is on the way to the bullpen, on the way out to being released, I suspect. But that's okay. Wrigley Field is still 36 every day and every night.
Yeah, it's true.
And so, how are we doing with the Diamondbacks ballpark?
It's a good question. Yeah, I mean, they
Very good question.
Marlins tomorrow. There is some rumblings of different places that a new stadium could be built, but I don't know. You tell us. You're a sports professor. This is what you do. You do all these deals all over the world. Give us the latest. Give us the latest.
I know a little bit about it, and there's an owners meeting that's going on today.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing how I know more than you do, and for me to maximize my ignorance about it, And I brought it up, so let's go on to the next item. Maybe there's another day where we can kind of talk about that a little bit more. But, your show, your agenda. So what can I help you with?
Well, speaking of owners meeting, why would the owners have any kind of heartburn approving Tom Brady as a partial owner and or minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, Rick?
I don't think they ought to have heartburn, to tell you the truth. But a lot of these limited partner deals depend on the financial deal, and in some cases, the finances are out of whack. I would not say that they are. I have no idea to tell you if they are or not, but that would be one of the only reasons. And the other reason is, that they shouldn't have any problem of approving any limited partner in any context, anywhere, as long as the numbers work. It's almost a courtesy to suggest approval. So I don't think they should, but we'll see.
From that particular standpoint, we were sitting there thinking maybe, well, he hasn't signed his retirement papers yet, that if a player, active owner in the NFL actually plays, that could be some kind of conflict. I mean, that's never happened. Well, let me back up a little bit. Has it ever happened? Has there been a part owner? I don't know if Jordan or anybody else was a part owner while they were still playing. Maybe you can go back in the annals of time and let us know.
Yeah, no, I will. My first instinct is that it has not happened, and my other instinct is that he will be a lead analyst in the booth next year. Another sport, for that matter, probably shouldn't either. So we'll follow it up.
Rick Coro joining us here, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. So the NCAA Board of Governors, they approved the terms of this multi-billion-dollar settlement in the House versus the NCAA class action lawsuit. I'm trying to get my hands on this, Rick. I see north of $2.8 billion in payback damages. And I'm wondering, how would they distribute that money to the former players? I mean, is it all going to an even number? Does it go on how many games you played? What sport you played? How would they determine on those dollars that would go back?
Well, I'll only tell you what happens in other class actions when there's a large settlement around a class of different actors and plaintiffs. They let the judge allocate the formula based on what the lawyers suggest. So there will be briefing about, if the court does it, about how to settle to the satisfaction of the entire class, because the settlement requires everybody to sign off and there be releases so you don't get sued again. In order for that to happen, the court's got to be very clear that everybody gets what they need and everybody signs off. So it's a negotiating process that the court's involved in.
And on top of that, you look at this. Can we say now, Rick, that amateurism in college sports is null and void because you got these guys going to be part of the profit distribution for colleges now?
Well, I'm not sure that this was the reason why we went from education to commercialization. I mean, we've had a whole lot of stuff going along the way, including the validation of NIL and making that the reason why kids transfer with the transfer portal. This is just one of the next steps. And I don't think anybody can seriously think that commercialism hasn't invaded college athletics. It's probably more significant. The next thing we're going to see are these equity funds that are even larger now. And we'll see equity funds that may own pieces of pro sports franchises actually own assets of college football, college basketball programs, and or conferences. And look for that to happen very soon.
Rick, do you expect a revenue share model for the athletes? So I saw a report that said like 22% of the power conferences, which is like roughly 20 million, would have to distribute that money to the athletes. And I'm just wondering, does a bench kid make the same as a starter if that would happen, if there was some kind of revenue model?
Well, the best models that athletic directors embrace are the ones with NIL today that will have the collective provide the same amount of money for each athlete, regardless of skill level or performance level. It takes a lot of discretion out. It makes it easier for the athletic directors. But that doesn't mean they're going to impose their will on the structure, and that doesn't mean that's going to be the structure. I think that's just what most people would prefer.
Are you expecting a revenue share model for athletes?
Yes,
you are.
I'm absolutely expecting revenue share model for. Yes, I am, and I'm expecting it as early as next fiscal year, because that's what everybody is talking about now, both publicly and in all these board meetings at all of the conference levels. That's what's coming up and that's what's coming out, and it's not that much different than taking some money off the top and doing it through NIL. I think the biggest issue is who controls and who distributes.
So this movement, next 10 years moving it forward, I got to imagine Title IX will be somewhere in the middle of this as well, too, now, Rick. But moving forward, does this take a lot of that pressure and heat off of these Power One schools or these divisions as far as distribution is concerned?
Well, it takes a lot of heat off once the allocation is created, but it certainly puts a lot of heat on as it relates to just another very large revenue item that athletic directors and programs are responsible for. Construction of facilities, debt on the athletes, coaches, salaries, manpower, and now you got to pay the athletes too. So, it may be easier because everybody knows what the rules are going to be, but it's going to be harder because you got to find the money.
Hey, Rick, did you ever have any discussions, or have you ever met the new AD here at Arizona State, Graham Rosini? He got officially announced today.
No, I have not.
Okay.
No, I've not. Of course, I knew Ray.
Yeah, I knew you knew that.
Anderson very well, and so he did. Look, he's inheriting an incredible number of assets. You got great programs in every context, and you got to hope he does well.
It's interesting, though, is Michael Crow, the president, he turned heads today in the press conference because he said he didn't formally interview any other candidates for the position. He said he talked to a few candidates, but he never brought anybody in. That's unheard of, isn't it, this day and age?
Yeah, but legal. It's not the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, very true.
But it's also no different than in-house guy who is everybody's favorite.
Okay.
That comes in and is just elevated after an athletic director chooses or says that they want this person to succeed them. So I don't know if he's going to get in trouble for that statement. Michael Crow very rarely gets in trouble for any statements he makes.
College football on Friday nights. FS1 looks like they're going full force in effect. Content and the new wave of college football, not only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Looks like it's headed that way. Full slate, except they start with September 13th, I believe, on FS1.
Yeah, and by the way, I just heard that high schools are officially shutting down all of their football programs, so there will be no more high school football ever.
Yeah. I hope not. I hope not, Rick.
They can't. Yeah. Well, first of all, they're having trouble finding competent coaches to assist.
I can see
but
that.
Then even more important, you like that?
Yes.
The second is there's no date. In all seriousness, whatever happened to Friday Night Lights?
Yes.
It's light. The lights are there, but it's just for a whole bunch of other stuff too.
So, are you going over the pond soon, or what's up? What's on the schedule for you?
I got a heck of a trip planned in. Well, first I'm going to the U.S. Open for golf in 2 weeks. I'll be at Pinehurst. That U.S. Conference of Mayors, Kansas City. So I got that, and then beginning of July we're going to do the British, and then play a little golf in Ireland. Then go to week 2 of the Olympics, and then come back. This will be a 3-weeker.
Did you say when we first brought you on that you got your clubs, got new clubs in Chicago?
Yeah.
Or fitted in Chicago?
No, I got them fitted at Carlsbad, but I played golf.
You went to Carlsbad
and Olympia. Yeah, I went to the Kingdom.
Of course.
I got fit. I got fit at the Kingdom, and now I hit the ball straight.
Yeah.
I hit it. Hit my drive 175. How's that? Ooh,
wow.
That's not true.
Rick, did it come with
you know what it is? Yeah, it comes with you know what it is? It's 3.
It does come with apparel. The clubs came with some apparel. What to wear, what not to wear.
Away from you. See, I'm taking the line away from you because you're not that quick.
I
You're not
know.
that bright.
I was trying to set you up, and you got you. That's why you're my
Yeah, I know.
mentor. That's why I only
Yeah,
took
there you
one
go.
class at Penn. You took all those classes at Harvard, so I mean, trying to be an Ivy Leaguer, but I just wasn't there long enough. Because if I was,
you still have a chance. We can send you to graduate school somewhere.
hey, I will try to do that, Rick. So, well, Rick, as always, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate you. We're thinking about you here at Twin Peaks.
All right. Yeah, good. I'm glad you're there. When I started this interview, the Cubs were in the game. Kyle Hendricks, the Cubs are down now 3-0.
Just
yet another series loss.
Hey, real quick, we have your Florida Marlins. We have your Miami Marlins coming in town tomorrow. What is the deal there? Are they going to be able to? Are they going to stay in Miami with their stadium, or what's the latest on that?
Yeah, I mean they can't. Baseball's not going to let them. I mean they could move, they could stay, but
yeah.
But the stadium is great in the middle of. It's a wonderful stadium. Maybe the wrong location, but really nobody goes, and it's really sad because it's hard to get out of a branding funk, and that's part of the problem.
And parking's never an issue there, right?
Well, yeah, but even if it was, I'm not. I'm on a boycott with you. I'm not talking.
Yeah, all right. I tried going down that road, but it didn't work.
He's got connections in Miami.
He
Rock.
does. He's the sport. Yeah, he is Mr. Miami. Believe me.
Oh no, I'll get you. Look, I'll get you all the parking passes for Marlins games you want.
Thank you, Rick. Have a good weekend. Have a Memorial Day.
All right, you too, man. Good Memorial Day. Bye.
That's Rick Horo joining us, sports professor here. Follow him on Twitter at Rick Horo. Again, he was responsible for bringing the Miami franchise to Miami. That is one thing that he actually negotiated. Big into that. He's got plenty of books that you can read off on all that at Rick Horo. So check it out. Well, coming up, we'll take you around the NFL with some quickies. As Manuch mentioned, Fox revealing their new Friday night schedule. How does 11 p.m. start sound on a Friday? Yeah, that is legit. We'll tell you more about that next because it all starts with Arizona at K-State. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Time to win some bonus bucks. Listen for your chance to win $1,000. Dollar bills yet. When you hear the keyword at the top of the hour, weekdays from 9 to 5, enter it at foxsports910.com to win. Sponsored by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe, from Lerner & Rowe, where there are no fees until we win your case. Speaking of win, we want to help you bank $1,000, powered by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys. Interact, need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe today, 977-1900.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. I often get asked, how can Lerner & Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm? The answer is simple. We're good at it. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state. And with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Do summer projects your way with Memorial Day savings from the Home Depot. With free delivery on over 2 million items, you can make the most of summer grilling and dig into gardening. Plus, get same-day delivery on thousands of products like power tools and storage to tackle any last-minute garage project. Summer your way with Memorial Day savings from the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order selection stock items by 4 p.m. subject to availability.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included with the activation of a Silver Unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid.
Switch to Straight Talk. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Requires in-store activation. Device offer ends 6/9/24. Taxes and fees apply.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Let's get ready for football.
Your lives football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, if you missed yesterday, Pittsburgh will host the 2026 draft. So it's going back to the East Coast as they announced it yesterday. So next year, it will be Green Bay. And you look how great it was in Detroit, where they had more than 750,000 people attend that one. That was first. Second was Nashville. Speaking of Nashville, that is where the NFL is today in their meetings. As Commissioner Roger Goodell told the media that private investment in the teams is making real progress during some of these ownership meetings. So the process is deliberate, but expects a decision could be made by the end of the year. So if this is approved, institutional wealth and other private firms like private equity firms will be allowed to invest in teams and help finance projects like stadium renovations and training facilities. And there's so much money out there.
Sure.
And I'm sure there's people here in Phoenix that would love to jump on board and maybe take a knock at the Cardinals, hoping that maybe someday Michael and his family will walk away, which I doubt will ever happen.
You think of when you say that as far as private industry getting involved with all that, and we just got done talking about NIL. Okay, so you said if some of these players who have a lot of contract with shoes and apparel, that maybe if you've got XYZ company that's supplying or advertising that, hey, look, we just can't agree on the $50 million a year. We can go 45. If they'd go to that sponsor, say, could you kick in $5 million to help with that contract? I mean, it's kind of out of school, out of thought here, but pretty much.
So you're trying to say that these private equity guys are like boosters?
It could be like, they could kick in if the market is really paying 45, and if you come around the back door, or even come in and say, look, you can fess up and be part of us for another $5 million to even out. Let's say so and so is making 45, we're only going to offer 40. But if we get the sponsor to kick in another 5 for that year, maybe it's a kind of a quasi sponsorship deal, and it doesn't affect the cap, something to that effect. I mean, this right now, what's going on?
It's. We were talking during the break, conversation I had with a particular school that is just gearing up, selling sponsorships just to be able to pay for the players.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ridiculous where it's going and how difficult it is and how much stress is now on these sellers that need to get out there and try to bring in money because and they're trying to justify it to the sponsor by saying, hey, Twin Peaks, we want you to advertise here at Arizona State, because the more success our school has, the more success you're going to have, because it's going to mean more business to this Tempe location. It's going to mean more people doing watch parties. So there's different ways that they're out there trying to market and sell to get this money in so they can grab these kids for $100 to $200 to $1 million a year.
Professional, I call it professional amateurism.
That's it.
It's pretty much what it is right now.
Yeah, I don't even think you need to say the word amateurism
professional,
anymore.
Amateurism is gone.
Oh, so is student athlete.
Yeah,
that's gone.
See, that's the part that I struggle with, is that student athlete part goes away. But the thing that I'm wondering is how do you justify the kid that plays, who's on the crew team, or who is on the tennis team, or who's on the soccer team? They're not getting any of the kind of dollars as basketball, football, and baseball are getting.
Yeah, the non-rev, and also the article you're alluding to, I got a chance to read some of it, the Title IX situation, how that's going to incorporate. Yeah, I think amateurism as far as college sports is done. And here's, you talked about when you go back 10 years, how do you distribute the money in a class action? And moving forward the next 10 years, what's going to be the formula? And knowing the NCAA, that takes them forever to make a decision, that they've got to start moving this forward. But the thing that really caught me in that article was if the NCAA would have gone to court, they would have probably had to file bankruptcy in order to pay the 20 or some $billion it would have added to in order to take care of the players in the schools. So this whole thing is like, wow. So NIL is alive and well for the next, 20, 30 years.
Well, like what we talked about with Rick is this revenue sharing model that could go into effect as early as next year, where these schools say they got $20 million a year. Right. Okay, a conference has $20 million a year. Or no, a school has $20 million. They have to distribute that directly to the athletes. They're going to be mandated to take that $20 million. But how determine
who gets what
to what level?
Yep, that's right. It's
a great starting quarterback gets $100,000. The backup center gets $20,000. I mean, how do you determine that?
Or they just,
and then that's where the issue will come that you and I talked about this before. Jimmy was our partner when we were going down this road. That I mentioned to you one day that it's where the problem is going to rise more in female sports is in the locker room, where that third string, fourth string athlete is upset because they're not getting paid what that first string is, and they're out there with their cell phones taking pictures, trying to get them in trouble, doing things that, are going to get that first string guy or gal in trouble, which means that money goes away and it goes to the next person in line.
I tell a lot of schools have helped that out, Rock. I know that the Texas Techs, the Oregons, a lot of schools, it's okay. We're going to give every player on the football team, give them $25,000.
That collective.
Yeah, we'll give them $25,000. And then if you're the star stud, what's going to happen, you go do your own thing, but we're going to at least make sure that the guys on the team get 25 or 30 grand.
I don't know if that changes anything. I mean, my point is if the starter's making $500,000 a year and you're in a collective making $25,000, but you're that third string quarterback, you want to make that $500,000. Why wouldn't you see that first string quarterback out at the bar or at the sorority house?
Yep.
Well, you wouldn't, but I would say a lot of kids wouldn't. It's greed.
If I'm third string and I'm a backup, I'm third string and doesn't look like my chances of playing are going to be.
They are if that first string guy gets in trouble.
Well, okay, so I get it. I know what you're saying, but what's happened in the meantime? What's been massaging a lot of those players in the locker room is it 25 or 30 grand for everybody. And if that starter goes ahead and gets that extra money, so be it. Now, if I start, I'm going to look for, okay, can I get some help as well, too, if I'm new the starting quarterback?
Coming up in hour number 2, we'll catch up with the WM Open tournament chairman, George Thiessen. They had a hell of a week. We'll get caught up on what happened with the Thunderbirds and their charitable giving. We'll also have a chance for you to win a Twin Peaks $25 man card and much, much more sports bar gossip as well. It's a Throwback Thursday here on Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B from Tempe Twin Peaks.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're ballin' with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Celebrate Memorial Day weekend at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 50% bonus trade-in on all new clubs. Buy any 2 apparel items and receive a 3rd free. And save big on shoes, bags, carts, and travel covers. The more you buy, the more you save. Shop with us this Memorial Day weekend, in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Some say Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer, but I say this is. Lighting up Kingsford Original Charcoal on the grill with family and friends is a summer ritual, and there's no better time than Memorial Day weekend. Whether it's burgers, veggies, or some chicken drumsticks, Kingsford Original gives you that authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor that means summer is finally here.
So good.
Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KDSC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Cardinals have officially signed wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. to his 4-year rookie contract with a 5th-year option. It's worth $35.4 million with a $22.5 million signing bonus. The Diamondbacks are off. They'll host the Marlins for a weekend trio starting tomorrow with Zach Gallen, the projected starter. The Mercury hosts the Mystics tonight, looking for a 3rd straight win. The Suns' new G League team will play out of Mullet Arena, and that leaves some questions about the Tucson Roadrunners. They were rumored to head up north after the Coyotes left for Utah. ASU officially names Graham Rossini their new AD. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword money at foxsports910.com. That's money at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for a sunny start to the day with sunny skies in the afternoon, a high of 95, and then tonight temperatures dropping down to about 70 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hope you're having a good Thursday afternoon. Thanks for hanging out with us just after 2 o'clock. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Jimmy's here, right?
I'm here, pal.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Jack's along with Richie at the iHeartRadio studios. Coming up this hour, it's National Lucky Penny Day, so we're going to have some fun with that here in about 10 minutes. And a Throwback Thursday. We're going to take you back to Jimmy Brinston back in the day, back in the 60s, doing black and white television. So we found some sound, and we got Manuch, same thing, back in the 70s, doing what he does best at quarterback. So we'll have some fun there. We're also going to catch up with the former Waste Management, or now WM Phoenix Open chairman, George Thimson. He will join us, and we'll talk about the record $17.5 million that they wrote to local Arizona charities, as well as find out what the latest is on some of the changes that may be coming up for next year after last year's horrible rain that we had. And you'll have an opportunity at 2:45 to challenge one of the lovely ladies here at Twin Peaks for our Peaks Picks, our Twin Peaks Peaks Picks Challenge, where tonight you'll be picking Pacers at Celtics, Mavs at Timberwolves, and Game 1 of the Stars hosting the Oilers. How great would it be to be a Dallas fan right now?
Oh, man.
You got your Mavs, You got your stars.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That is.
You
Cowboy OTAs are underway.
Yeah, it's still Dallas and Cowboy Town.
It is.
But even the Rangers coming off, World Series. So, I mean, it's a pretty good time to be living in the Metroplex.
I wish that would happen here. I really do. I wish you would have a run where you had teams that played like when the Coyotes were here. God, I hate saying that.
Yeah.
When they were here, like you would have them in the playoffs and the Suns in the playoffs at the same time. I wasn't here. Did you guys experience that?
The run for the
I
World
don't
Series,
remember, to be honest with you. I've been here 31 years, but I don't remember when the Yotes were in that little run what the Suns were doing at the same time. I just don't remember. It didn't stand out.
Okay.
The same thing
But
with
this is also a town that, Jimmy, we throw parades for finishing second.
I know, for
and
second.
damn proud of it.
It's so embarrassing.
I think about the World Series run that the D-backs had. I can't remember what the Suns did 2001 from that standpoint, where they were after, getting ready to go. And then for the Cardinals, really
they're good. They finished third in the NBA Pacific.
Yeah.
They were 51-31. And Scott Skiles was the coach.
Okay.
For the Cardinals,
not
I'm
bad.
thinking maybe that was like when they went to the Super Bowl. Was it 2008, 2009?
They lost the first round.
Yeah. Or did they lose the first round 2001?
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, you think about the card. That is interesting because there's consistency in Dallas.
Yes.
You look at their hockey team, the basketball team.
Yeah.
At least, the
Always.
Cowboys are trying to make it beyond the first playoff game. They get there. It's just a matter of – but you know what? The Cowboys, the paramount of them not getting to the Super Bowl, that's the letdown in Dallas each and every year.
Some top stories today. Arizona State University, that's just down the street. We're in Tempe right now doing our show for the Twin Peaks. They made the previously reported hire of Graham Rossini, the new AD. And the announcement came from Michael Crow today, the president, and his comments did turn some heads at the introduction as it took place at Tillman Tunnel right there inside Sun Devil Stadium. He said, quote, he didn't formally interview any other candidates for the position. And then he said that they talked to some other candidates, but didn't bring anyone into campus. And Rossini is the former executive senior associate AD there and chief business officer. He's been at the school since 2021. He did get promoted recently to the senior associate AD. So this marks his second promotion within a year.
So if he didn't interview or he talked to people, didn't, quote, interview, what took him so long to promote Graham Rossini to that position? Okay, if he made his decision, you know what? I'm going to talk to guys, but I'm not going to formally interview them. Well, why is it 6 months later where you were the butt of all jokes as an athletic department as far as having an administration in place? So I don't understand. That's a piece I don't understand, Rock. Why he would not interview anybody.
But do you lose any sleep over it?
No, I don't. I think that
why talk about it?
Well, here, I think because a lot of the alumni, they want to see a turnaround there at ASU.
But what's the rush? Because you had to finish out this academic season anyway.
They did. Get out of the Pac-12.
Get it all out. Yep. Get all that. And who knows behind the scenes? Who knows if Graham and Michael Crow have been having conversations about this plan for the last 6 months.
Probably
and he said, let's make the announcement at the end of the school year, which is what now, right?
Yep.
Well,
I don't know why people get so butthurt.
I think
because they don't get stuff right away. We want instant gratitude all the time.
But I think Manuch had a point where he dragged on,
and it'll look bad.
But
who did it look bad to?
But
you think Michael Crow cares?
No, he doesn't care.
Then what do you care?
Michael Crow wanted to go streaming for $20 million. He didn't even care if his football team was on real TV.
Well, U of A didn't wait till the end of the year before they hired their new AD.
Who cares what U of A does?
Yeah, again, it's a situation.
Do you think U of A got a better AD than?
I don't know.
So we won't know.
But it's perception. It's about if a guy's got that job full time early on, he can dig in. In the meantime, they just Gene Boyd's retired. Ray Nelson's gone on.
But it's different. It's different from a guy coming in or a gal coming in from out of state, out of the school, jumping right in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, yeah, maybe that's the case. But if Michael Crow knew he had a guy in house the whole time,
right?
It's a seamless transition.
I think it's lack of leadership. He's there. Okay, who's leading the charge over there? Who can make the decision? Say, okay, I've got this. Versus having a round table. Okay, which we do here and there. I mean, that basically you talk about a rudderless ship until they get their motors cranking again. Now, Gramercy, maybe like 3 months ago, he could have been implementing a lot more things.
Maybe he was. We don't know that.
Well, okay, then
we just assume what we hear on the radio, we see in the paper or whatever on a blog. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
And this is nothing against Gramercy. It is. It's all about, okay, if this was your guy from the get-go, why are you wasting time? What are you waiting for? Get this thing moving forward. Show your alumni that you're taking charge and you're moving forward. We're going to try to get this, and this resolved. We got this football program, this basketball program. It just shows that, okay, we're sitting here. We're going to start moving forward at an earlier date. Otherwise, it's like same old issue, kind of dragging their feet.
Maybe their photographer was, sick that needs to take the headshot, or the business card place is backed up. They couldn't get his business card made in time. I mean, I don't know why so many talking heads care so much when things don't get done quicker. What is the rush?
I think why do we get a P when things aren't done correctly? And this far,
who makes you? Yeah, exactly.
Saying,
how do you know it's
from other schools that are out there? When their AD gets fired or moves on, they hire quickly. They move on. They got somebody. They do their interviews. They move forward. This thing just lingered. It festered forever. So shows me that Michael Crow,
maybe this is what he wanted. He got the guy he wanted.
Here's the sad thing. It shows me Michael Crow is not invested in his athletic programs to the point where he should be for this program to hopefully take the next step, or they're going to linger and lounge in the bottom of the cellar in sports. So don't you think those coaches feel that they had a guy that could make a decision with some of their budgets and some things they want to work on? Now, if Rossini is doing that, okay.
That's the thing. We don't know that. Okay. You were just assuming.
Well, we're going to have him on next Friday at 3:30, so we can talk about a lot of this stuff.
Sure.
In reference to, okay, in that role,
we got to wait a week. Why can't we get him today?
Because
we need to talk to him today. Why we got to wait a week? We already waited 6 months. Now we got to wait a week.
I asked.
Come on, Manuch, step on it. Say it's old news by next Friday. We need him tomorrow. Friday.
I tried to use that Paisano buddy thing. Roc and Manuch.
Come on, Dougie, help us out.
It just wasn't.
Jeez,
he's unavailable until next.
Unavailable at the phone call.
Yeah. I don't have his
because he's been busy probably the last 6 months getting ready for this role.
Hey, if he took the role on and he was kind of the guy in waiting, and if he kind of knew that and he was out in front of it, that's great. We'll find out.
I love the hire. Period. Love the hire.
I'm just glad they hired somebody.
What do you? Okay, that's stupid.
No,
to say that.
Stupid.
They just put me in that job then.
Well,
seriously, I'm glad they hired somebody. What does it matter? How does things change
I'm glad they finally have somebody in charge instead of lingering into
You don't know who was in charge before. They had an interim in there. They've always had people in charge.
You lost Ray. You lost Gene Boyd. Rossini's pretty much, there's whoever all the other administrators are. You've got I would say a skeleton crew, but you got a group of guys. It just looks bad as to all the questions that we have. So hopefully they can move this thing forward. Now he can go make those decisions, having
some other moves. Deputy Athletic Director Lisa Young, who most recently served as the VP of Enterprise Development at ASU, she has moved up in her role. Executive Associate Athletic Director Scott Nelson, who also will be managing the director. He'll be the Sun Devil Club guy, and he'll be that fundraising arm for the Sun Devil Athletics. So those are, they've made some moves there. So they've made some moves. I feel bad they just didn't do it fast enough for you, Manuch.
Well,
you didn't even go to school there.
Yeah, well, hey, I grew up a Sun Devil. I'm still kind of watching them from afar. Say, K-State, we do it right. So that's a good thing about this.
What do you do for what is it that you do that's right that Arizona State doesn't do?
Well, they hire people right now. They get the support of the athletic.
Just because you hire somebody fast doesn't mean it's right.
The biggest about Kansas State is they got the support of their president who acts right now. He gives them the money that they need, and they proceed forward.
Nothing else to do in Manhattan. That's why.
Okay,
here you're competing against now 3 major teams.
Yes.
It's apples and oranges with Kansas State.
Here's the thing.
Come on.
You still got to go raise the money.
Sure,
to support
I agree with that.
money. You still got to have
more
budget.
farmers out there that that's all they live for, that because their money's not going elsewhere. It's not going to the Diamondbacks. It's not going to the Cardinals. It's not going to the spring training games. Not going to here. Not going to Roc and Manuch. They don't have to deal with all that.
Then if you got
it just goes right to Kansas State.
And that's great. We love it. That's why we'll be in hopefully keep pushing.
You'll never be in a national championship.
I don't know. You never know. We got a pretty good team coming up this year.
We know. Who wants to go to Kansas?
Oh, man.
Nobody.
Kansas State?
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go there.
Look at the NFL draft choices. Look at the success. You're vying for Pac-12, for Big 12 championships. Oh, I don't know. It's a great place to go to school and move on, hopefully, in your career as a football player or basketball or baseball.
Basketball?
Yeah. They did fairly well last year. This year they struggled a little bit.
Every year has a little bit, but, you know. Every
All I'm saying is
every blind squirrel
you
finds
need the
nut.
support of that president if you're going to move your
I agree,
athletic departments
but
forward.
the president's not going anywhere at Arizona State. Michael Crow
Oh,
is
I
here
get
to
it.
stay,
Yeah.
and you just have to deal with it, like it or not. A lot of people don't like him, but there are people that do.
And then,
but you know, there's more to sports at Arizona State.
Well,
You know,
I
people
get
don't
it.
want to hear that and listen to sports
No, I
radio
get
right
it.
now.
I mean, it's a great school for get you educated. But if ASU is sincerely looking to step up in their sports, then all those alumni that say they're complaining need to step up and go get the funding for the NIL if you're going to compete for championships.
Bet the game, watch the game. That's the sports book just down the street from us in Casino, Arizona. They got 3 live betting windows. They have 6 self-service betting kiosks. Plus, they have all the screens that you need to see all the betting lines. Check it out for yourself. We'll be back there on Monday. Take the Points will be broadcast from 11 to 1 this Saturday as well. Well, coming up, it's National Lucky Penny Day.
Ooh.
What's the smallest value coin you'd stop to pick up on the street? We'll talk about that. But first, it's a Throwback Thursday, and we're going to take you way back when Manuch and Jimmy B were just young adults trying to make a living in their profession. It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Beat the heat with a patio misting system from Fogco. Let Fogco design the perfect misting system for your patio, pool, or leisure areas. Stay cool all summer with Fogco patio misters. Get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com. Fogco, serving the Valley for over 35 years.
Have you been arrested for something you didn't do? When your liberty is on the line, you need an aggressive, experienced attorney to defend your rights. Lerner & Rowe Law Group is the firm you can trust with your freedom. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state. And with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. Call Lerner & Rowe today for a free consultation. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go.
Just the regular number.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here,
that's fine.
Game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Family Talk.
I had that already.
Give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data, and you get to choose who joins your family plan starting as low as $25. Does it have to be family? It can be family or people you like.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for family plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
You're ready for a perfect summer on the lawn. But wait, there are weeds, brown spots, and mosquitoes everywhere. It's time to call True Green. Get the best deal of the year and save over $200 when you bundle annual lawn care and mosquito plans. So all you have to do is water and mow. Hurry, offer ends May 28th. Visit truegreen.com for the best lawn at the best price. Guaranteed. Restrictions apply.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Right here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. And it's National Lucky Penny Day. So it is possible that you will come across a lucky penny on the ground, which half of America wouldn't even bother picking up. So a new poll asked, what's the smallest value single coin you would stop to pick up on the street?
Mine's a penny. I pick up a penny if I see it, whether it's tails or heads. Everybody says, well, it's good luck if it's heads. I pick it up no matter what. I will say,
you just gave your answer.
Yeah, I know my answer. My answer. I'm going to see
Jimmy?
America.
Yeah, mine is a quarter. I'm not bending over when you're as old as I am to pick up a penny, a nickel, or a
But you
dime.
said you're in great shape.
I am.
So
I'm just old. I'm just.
all right.
I'm
Jax?
in great shape. Old.
I'd say a quarter. I
Yeah.
agree with Jimmy.
Yeah. Richie, what would you go with?
I'm not picking up anything.
Wow.
I hate change, dude. It's stupid.
Wow.
I
Well,
don't carry cash. Don't carry change.
oh,
Why
fi-
do any of my friends?
well, 50% of people said they're not even going to pick up a penny, as I mentioned, right? Even,
Wow.
But 11% of people would pass up a penny, but would pick up a nickel. 6% more would go with the dime. 13% more would go with the quarter, and another 3% would go anything larger than a quarter. And we're only talking coins here, but I'm only going to pick it up a penny if it's heads.
You got something against tails?
Well,
it
it's
doesn't
good
do
luck
me any
thing.
good. It doesn't do me any good.
It's a whole good luck thing. I'm picking
Now,
it
here's
up.
what's interesting, and this falls into Manuch. 68% and Jimmy of people 65 or older would pick up a penny, compared to just 27% of young adults between the ages of 18 and 29.
That's right, man.
I'm glad I don't qualify.
Yeah, we get to the,
No, you're 65 or older.
No, man. But what was the percentage they would pick it up? I would not, so
Yeah.
I don't qualify.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're money bags, right?
Damn straight.
Oh, okay. I got it. Shoot.
A random fact of the day, a Macho Man Randy Savage, who we talked about yesterday, it was the anniversary of him passing away, sadly, 25 years ago, played minor league baseball for years before moving on to wrestling.
He was a good player too. Good
What-
player.
so
Played
who
it.
you played for?
Struggled in the minor leagues. Never really got any further than AAA. And then
Triple A's pretty damn good.
Well, I know, but that's then when he decided to change
I
course.
think a lot of the wrestlers, like The Rock, and a lot of guys like that, they were outstanding athletes. Rock was a hell of a football
He
player
was.
in Miami.
Till he blew his knee.
Yeah, a lot of guys, went from one sport to the wrestling format.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, 25 years ago, 1999, WWF star Owen Hart fell to his death during a pay-per-view event over the edge. Is what it was called, as he was being lowered into the ring from the ceiling at Kemper Arena in Kansas City, but his harness failed. He plunged 80 feet, hitting a turnbuckle face first. Cameras weren't on him at the time, so the death was not aired, but the show did go on.
It did. They came and scraped him up off the ground, and they continued. Yeah,
It's kind of a crude exaggeration.
I'll give you something
them off
about
the
that.
ground?
They did, because what happened was the reason the show went on is because Vince McMahon, who at that time was Mr. WWE, said, "We're going to go on here. We don't care that he's dead. We're going to do our show." That's what they did.
Jeez.
Yep.
It is a Throwback Thursday. We thought we would go back, got a couple clips of Jimmy B.
Oh
and
boy.
the first one, he's a big-time sports personality for a station called KSWT. And here he is congratulating the team of KSWT for their 50 years of broadcasting.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jim Brinson, former news anchor and sports director at KSWT. Congratulations on 50 years of broadcasting.
Yeah, what am I supposed to say?
How many years of the 50 were you there, Jimmy?
I was only there for like 2 or 3.
Jimmy, you sound so innocent.
I am innocent, man. Why?
You
Do you
sound
think
so
I think I
innocent and
changed?
proper in
Well,
that
when
clip.
you do television, it changes your whole dynamic.
How long was that stint? What city was that?
That was Yuma.
Yuma, Arizona?
Yeah, I told you I worked there. A buddy of mine called me. I was just doing play-by-play, and he says, "I really need help. This company I work for purchased this station. It's awful. can you come in and help me out for a year? So I did, and I hired people. I anchored the news, and I did the sports. And then after a couple of years, I
did
left.
Did you cover the Copa Kings, Yuma Criminals,
all of those?
St. Francis of Assisi was right there. We lived in Yuma for 4 years.
Western,
I know Yuma.
Western Arizona.
Yeah.
I covered all those. Schools.
Channel 13, Jimmy.
That's it.
So the next one,
we're
going to go back to the late 70s. KXAZ Dallas. And here is part of a promo for Action News 5, where it features Chip Moody, who was the star of the network, and then the sports guy they called Jim Brinston, and it's him with his collar down, necklace on, the same one he's got now, and then he's actually playing basketball with the boys. He's jogging, he's playing tennis, he's playing basketball, no shirt on, only guy with no shirt on. Then he's doing arm wrestling. I mean, he is doing it all, even checking out a woman in the video. And as he's doing an arm wrestle, but we give it all. We got back to news. Here it is. Throwback news.
Don't come to play, but the game can't start without you. As much as any man on the field. So does Jim Brinson. At Action News, he packs every sportscast full of energy, enthusiasm, and entertainment. Just like you, he gives it all he's got.
Giving it all we got. We're giving you a shot. Oh, just like you.
So we are going to post that on Roc and Manuch.
I got to see that.
Yeah, so
I've got to see that, Jimmy.
Just send it to Jax. Jax will get it up there so you guys can see this 30-second promo.
Shirt off, huh?
Yeah, shirt off, playing basketball.
Was that planned, Jimmy?
But the best is his beard or his mustache. He had that big, with the.
I had the porno mustache.
Yeah, the porno. What was those? That you guys had the big collars back
Oh,
then.
yeah. Collars, yeah.
What they call that? Just
collars.
collars.
Yeah. Big collars.
So then we get to Manuch, and you're going to hear a couple clips on why Manuch didn't play longer in the NFL, because he was, his title at least in his profession was quarterback, but in all these clips, it's more of him being a running back. Let's just fuck them all out at the same time, Richie.
45, 50, 40.
Field, and tonight you'll have Manuch, the second quarterback. And 5, Manuch looking for Martin Cox, the former Rough Rider. Overshot him by quite a bit. Third down, the Argos will have to punt.
All right, Richie, you cut off that second clip. Play that whole clip, because what's important is when he introduces Dan Manucci, it was not about his throwing.
Hello again, everyone. Likeable Tommy Hudspeth is now the man in charge of the Argos on the field, and tonight he'll have Manucci to start at quarterback, hoping to establish a running game first off.
not to be a quarterback and throw for touchdown.
Yeah.
Establish a running game.
Get that balance on offense, right?
Oh,
that's good old
right.
Canadian
That's
Football League, boy.
Yes,
That's
so
good stuff.
There you have it. A little throwback there.
Thank you, Rock.
Fun.
Appreciate that.
Take it back, a little bit. But anyway, that's your throwback Thursday.
That K-State run 81 yards and didn't score, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know.
81
Pushed
yards.
out of bounds at the 10.
Yeah, and I did run out of gas. I'll admit
Yeah.
it. That big old bear jumped on my back.
So you were what, 18, 19?
At that time?
Yeah.
21.
21.
Senior year.
So you're 21 years old.
Yeah.
Senior year in college.
Yeah.
Playing D1 football, and you were tired, and you admitted you were tired.
81 yards.
So when Carl Anthony
I didn't admit it after
comes
the
out
game.
and says that he was tired,
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. What did I just say?
Carl Anthony.
Carl Anthony. Yeah. So when Anthony comes out,
I did not admit it
and
after the
says
game.
that, hey, we were tired. I was tired.
Not
What's
after the
wrong
game.
with that? Your first hour, you're bitching because he came out and said
After the game,
truth.
I could come out 40-some years later
No.
and say, hey, look, and Leroy Irvin, who runs a 4.240, tracked me down. That's what I said after the gas. And that damn guy's fast, got me out of bounds. So, yeah, it was a little bit of gas. I can admit that. But I didn't admit it after the game. I said, damn, that Irvin's fast. I should have scored. That's what I said. Should have scored on that bad boy.
Hey, Thunderbirds, they did it again. They raised a ton of money, and we're going to find out how much as it's all going back to Arizona Charities, as we'll catch up with the WM Phoenix Open chairman. He will join us next, George Simpson, to talk about the money that is going back into the community because it's absolutely huge. That's next with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals signed wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. to a 4-year rookie contract with a team option for year 5. Arizona State officially named Graham Rossini the university's new athletic director. The Diamondbacks are off today after blanking the Dodgers to claim the series win. They'll host the Marlins for a weekend trio starting tomorrow with Zach Gallen, the projected starter. The Mercury hosts the Mystics tonight looking for a 3rd straight win. And the Suns' new G League team will play out of Mullet Arena. That leaves questions about the Tucson Roadrunners, who are rumored to head up north after the Coyotes left for Utah. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% blue rubber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant. George is ready. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
When it comes to men getting a vasectomy, you want to ensure you go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. They have single appointment options with a same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take the time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable, and most men can return to work next day. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
With Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot, you can give your lawn or garden beds a pop of color and protection. Right now, get a special buy on Scott's Earth Grow Mulch, 5 bags for just $10. Help your soil retain moisture longer with color that lasts up to 12 months. Shop Memorial Day savings for a special buy on Scott's Earth Grow Mulch, 5 bags for just $10 at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 AM. The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive touchscreen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at lbusa.com/EQS.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio.
George is ready.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're live.
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Peaks Picks coming up with one of the lovely ladies from Twin Peaks coming up here in about 15 minutes, so stay tuned for that. But joining us now on the right to the guest line, George Simpson, who is the WM Phoenix Open Tournament Chairman for the 2024 WM Phoenix Open, and he joins us now on Fox Sports 910. And George, I got to tell you, man, you guys outdid yourselves this time around. $17.5 million. Congratulations for you and the rest of the guys, and what you guys continue to do in our market is it's just absolutely remarkable.
Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate the support. Yeah, it's a big number. Has a nice ring to it going back to Arizona Charities, huh?
It really does. How do you guys determine which charities do benefit from that money?
We have a grant process that happens twice a year. There's the Thunderbirds Charities Board. As charities look to submit, we review hundreds of them, and a lot of them do get funded, and there are a lot of great causes across the valley. So, the money that we were able to raise this year from this opening is going to get to put to good use.
I know you when you guys made this announcement, I believe one of the benefactors is the Burn Center, correct? Is that one of the big ones for you guys?
Yeah, so Valley-wise, through our money raised from last year, was able to receive a grant for the brand new Burn Center and Medical Center, which is beautiful. That's where we made our announcement earlier this week of $500,000, which, over the course of our relationship with Valley-wise and partnership with them, we've been able to donate over $1 million to them.
Wow. George, I think what's interesting, since 2010, you guys have raised more than $142 million. And you go back, 89-year history, what is it, $208 million raised when you think about that? I think what's key is how you distribute, as you mentioned a little bit, back into the community, literally giving back to those charitable situations that are in dire need, especially over these last couple of years.
Yeah, the breaking the $200 million mark over the course of our group's history was amazing. And as you mentioned, WM jumped on as our title sponsor and partner, and since being with them in 2010, over 142 million. But definitely a lot of great causes that their missions and different missions and various missions, whether it's homeless shelters, hospitals, kids, battered women's shelters. There's all sorts of places that need the support, and to be able to go tour and see where the money goes is why we have the open.
How many applications do you guys get a year? Because I know Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, we apply each and every year to see if we can get any kind of
I wish we were
charitable
501c3, but we're not,
I think those are still under review, guys.
Nice job, George.
Very nice, George. Hey, if you don't ask, you never know, right? So how many applications would you typically get a year?
Ooh, I want to say we get a few hundred a year in each cycle, and we've got a great team at Thunderbirds Charities who review and ensure that they are 501c3s and not the Roc and Manuch fund. But they kind of sift through. They sift through, and they definitely we actually for a lot of the charities, especially new ones, we'll go and tour and see exactly where the money that they're requesting will go, and so it's a really cool process, and I'm honored to get to be a part of it.
George, I'm real curious about what takes place behind the scenes for you guys. Look, I know that you use an awful lot of volunteers on the course and throughout the tournament, but what is the core group like, and when does your work begin, or does it ever end? Are you always, as soon as the tournament's over, starting on the next one for the following year?
Yeah, so the Thunderbirds are a volunteer organization. It started in 1937 with really just the vision of promoting the Valley of Sun through sports and the economic impact. And it's really cool to see because they're people from just different business backgrounds. And so as soon as that last ball dropped this past tournament, we start thinking about what's next, right? How do we make this tournament better? And obviously with this past year with a little bit of precipitation that we had, and maybe a couple of goofy videos that were online, we definitely were back to work pretty much that next day, figuring out, what we can do to improve that experience.
George, can you share some of the heartwarming stories that really loved it, that tugged at your heart, your heartstrings with some of the things going on, without naming any kind of names?
Being at the Burn Center and touring their brand new facility, and they're going to be moving from the next door facility, and meeting some of the burn victims yesterday that were able to overcome their challenges through state of the art technology and some of the best doctors that specialize in burn. Was really cool to see. And then one that's always for me is Special Olympics of Arizona. Every year our group has partnered with Special Olympics for decades now, and to be able to see the athletes out there and how excited they get, I think that one's always a highlight for me every year.
He's the WM tournament chairman for 2024. George Thimpson joining us here on Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. So George, I know the big elephant in the room is what happened with the little bit of precipitation that you had this year. I know we get asked a lot, and I don't think it's fair. I was at the Wells Fargo just 2 weeks ago, and I ran into some friends that, just the visual, the optics of what happened last year, and they're saying, oh, there's going to be drastic changes and things like that, and how would they know? They don't even live here. But to that point, when do you expect to be able to, the new chairman, to address some of those things? So, the people that are asking that really have nothing else better to do, find out so they can make their plans for 2025.
It's a great question. We have our number one draft pick, Matt Mooney, who's up next with the tournament, and he's been working very hard. We've worked with Scottsdale PD, Scottsdale Fire, the city officials. We've got some big ideas that obviously we're looking to improve. We know we had some things that happened last year that were key learnings for us that were great. We definitely didn't get any of our golfers arrested last year, but there were definitely enough enough things going on that we want to solve for. So, as soon as we nail down on things like entrance and how we're going to do that, and once we nail down and get commitments on the additional support from PD and all those things get nailed down, which will probably be in the next couple weeks here. Matt Mooney will be announcing, and I'm sure you'll have him on the show, and he'll be able to share with you some of the fun stuff he's got up his sleeve for this year.
I'm real curious, George. You've had some instances of bad behavior. Every tournament has it, but did the weather change everything for you? I mean, look, I'm not looking for an excuse, but it just felt that the weather changed so much of what happens at that tournament.
Yeah, it's not an excuse. We definitely learned a lot. We're used to, we're used to 72 and sunny.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
and,
yeah.
The course is a stadium course. The last time we had weather like this was in 2011, and I hadn't even moved here to Arizona yet. So every tournament I'd ever seen was beautiful weather, beautiful people having a great time. So yeah, the stadium style course that we have is built so that people can walk around. You guys look at old videos and photos of the course. People are sitting on the hillside, and when that rain came in, the most precipitation we had, in that week than we have in a year. It really confines, the walkways. It confines that, ability to graze across the course and enjoy the whole course. So yeah, the rain definitely, rain was something that we definitely learned a lot about. Whether it rains or perfect and 72 and sunny, fingers are crossed. Either way, we'll be ready for this year.
George, congrats! $17.5 million. It's absolutely gigantic. We appreciate what you and the rest of the Thunderbirds do in the community. So thanks so much for taking some time for us. And this year you just get to sit on a golf cart with Jenkins and just cruise around, right? You get, because he doesn't do anything since he's been.
Yeah. Coach Jenkins and I will be on the golf cart, just watching, judging, and hopefully you'll seek you guys out and maybe grab a beverage or two together.
I like the way he says judging.
Judging,
right?
judging.
Thank you, George. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
All right, guys.
That's the 2024 WM chairman, George Simpson. Appreciate him taking some time.
Right,
but,
that's an amazing number when you think about it.
I've been on the Fiesta Bowl committee now for almost 30 years,
Yeah.
and we can't touch that number. Just as a staff, or not a staff, as volunteers, we do about 3.5, 4 million, and that's for 2 games. These, it's a little bit different. This is a party,
Right.
And they're making a lot of money on alcohol and everything else, and food and beverage, and that F&B is just crazy. Not to mention when skyboxes used to be $20,000-$25,000, and now they're upwards to $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. I mean, it's the same skybox. Yeah. It's not like there's more seats,
Right.
And they're just bringing it up.
Demand, right?
Yeah, and it's great. I mean, there's waiting lists, and I will tell you though. I mean, I'm fortunate to go to a lot of tournaments. Guys know I went to the Ryder Cup last year in Italy, and how the PGA, they have these golf tournaments where they're in really hard places to get to, and there's not a lot of ample parking. Very similar to TPC Scottsdale. And one thing, like in Quail Hollow in Charlotte, and I've been going there years and years, and they have PGA Championship there multiple times. They got it again next year.
Right.
They really put you out pretty far where you got to get on a bus, okay? And it is smooth. I mean, it's a 15, 20-minute drive. You're on a bus, nice bus, whatever, but it drops you off at the front door.
That's the key right there.
Door.
The front door.
The Uber Lyft line is at the front door. Mm-hmm. And that is the problem I think they have here at TPC Scottsdale is The Uber this year, you had to walk a mile to 2 miles to get on the bus to then drive to get the Uber, okay? And then the buses that were to take you to your car in the parking lot, also you had to walk fairly far to get on the bus. And I don't know how they can fix that. I think because the numbers are so big. Quail Hollow does 25,000, 30,000 a day compared to what, the Phoenix Open
200,000 on Saturday.
Well, they don't give daily attendance figures anymore. They haven't done it since 2019. And that last time they did it, they had just close to 600,000 over the 4 days. So,
Right.
it's just but it's a little bit more than 200.
Well, the other problem, too, got all those apartments and office buildings. Do they get developed? All that land that's
It's all
used
developed. Where they've used for parking, it's starting to go
That's
away.
what I'm saying. It's all going away.
If you go north to TPC at the Scottsdale and 101, that is all. That's where I live. It's almost fully developed now, and that used to be some parking.
Yeah, so that's eventually 5-6 years from now. That'll be gone. So we're going to bust them from.
Listen, that Manuch. I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where you're going to park.
Where are you going to park or bus them from? I mean, that's going to be the key. Unless somebody takes
You're
it
going to
over
have
from
to
their house.
You're going to have to park at the pavilions or down here in Tempe and the marketplace where there's some big. Or what a lot of places do, in other tournaments is they rent out the facilities around there where the business complexes.
Oh, okay.
They have all the business
Yeah.
complexes. So. I don't know, man. They got their work cut out for them, but I don't think they're going to make as many changes as people think.
I
don't think they need to do it.
No,
it's not going to get that rain again.
Yeah.
That's a unicorn.
It's an anomaly, and
It really is.
It was.
Hey, up next, we need you to call. Be the fifth caller at 602-260-9191. Hear your picks. You'll do it off the air. Pacers at Celtics, Mavs at Timberwolves, Oilers at Stars. If you can beat Skylar, we'll get her picks during the break as well. If you can beat her, you will get yourself a $25 Twin Peaks man card. And I got today's very stupid dad joke.
Bring 'em on.
I got 5 or 6. These are probably the worst I've had. I'm not proud of any of them. I think this is going to be the worst segment in radio in quite some time, maybe worse than the last segment.
Okay.
So that's all coming up. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation on platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbandito.com.
Yes, I have it somewhere.
Bandito with the
I found it
official tequila
earlier,
of game
and
day.
now I don't remember where I put it.
The Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems has been cooling their customers for over 35 years. Fogco provides their customers with results that exceed their expectations with reliable misting and fogging solutions that you can count on all summer long. Head to fogco.com.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner and Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag sexy roof status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Need an all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Service can't be copied.
Faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
It's time to get ready for summer at Macy's Memorial Day sale. Save on great specials for more time in the sun, like 40% off women's swim and cover-ups, and 40% off sandals, handbags, and more. Level up your cookout game with 50 to 60% off cookware and grilling accessories. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money bonus days. See Macys.com/Star Rewards. Today at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Time for Pete's Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
All right, we got Jeff in Phoenix playing against Skylar from, where's she from originally?
From Mesa.
Mesa here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. All right, first game, we went Pacers at the Celtics. That's the game tonight, game 2. Who's Skylar going with?
Yeah, Skylar's going with the Celtics.
And who is Jeff going with?
He's going with the Pacers.
Okay.
Second game, the Mavs at the T-Wolves tomorrow night. What does Sky have?
Skylar's going with the T-Wolves.
And Jeff?
Mavericks.
All right, and then we move to the NHL, the opening of the Western Conference Finals tonight. The Oilers of Edmonton and the Stars in Dallas. Well, Sky has?
She has the Stars.
And who does Jeff have?
The Oilers. So
okay.
all three are going to be different.
All right, good. So that's what we're playing for, a $25 man card every Thursday here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Again, today we're at the Tempe location. Pretty full. Must be nice to be like 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just sit at the bar, just have a nice cold
What
one.
are we doing?
It's like
We're sitting here at the bar.
Well,
works
we got second best. We can sit and talk at the bar.
Yeah.
And, all that kind of
And we
talking
get
sports.
sports.
I'm going to let you know that these dad jokes are absolutely horrible.
Okay.
I mean, I was really struggling to find any content today. So let's just consider these really bad, but I know how much you guys enjoy it.
Love them.
So let's go with it, Richie.
Fire it off, Rich.
Time for Roc's really bad dad joke of the day. I mean, really bad. Like, really bad. Here's Roc.
These are really bad. I couldn't find any good ones.
Well,
they're all good, Roc.
No, I mean, like Jimmy, you guys don't do crap for this show. You don't bring any content to the show.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
have to bust my ass to try to figure out these dad jokes.
And we appreciate it.
And, I don't think I'm appreciated.
I
don't.
said we appreciate you.
I don't think so.
Because Manuch and I love the dad joke.
So
We love you, man.
What happened to the turkey that got into a fight?
It got gobbled.
Ooh, that was pretty good, Jimmy. I like that.
Roc?
He got the stuffing knocked out. How do you guys not get that one? What do you call a sad coffee?
Oh, man. Sanka.
That's why I don't like doing these. Because you guys have stupid answers.
Sanka's the nastiest
It's
coffee.
stupid dad joke.
Yeah,
That's what you get.
Come on. It's depresso.
Oh, man. Oh.
I like it.
So I was about to tell you guys a joke about time travel, but you guys just didn't get it.
Ran out of time.
Just didn't get it. I get it. I got you, Roc. Just in time travel. Just didn't get it.
Why can't you trust the king of the jungle? Why can't you trust the king of the jungle?
Lion.
I remember George of the jungle.
I don't. He's always lying his way through the jungle.
Oh, that's good.
Because he's always lying.
Yeah.
Come on,
Woo, give him some. Yeah.
So why did the man fall down the well? Why did the man fall down the well?
He was thirsty.
Give up.
He couldn't see that well.
Oh.
I got 2 more.
That's
Oh,
pretty good.
boy.
That's pretty good.
Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer? Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
She, I don't know, lost her glass slippers.
No, because she kept running away from the ball.
Oh, good. Very good. All right.
Last one.
Yeah. Thank God.
What do they call a belt made of watches? What do they call a belt made of watches?
Oh, I don't know. Swatches?
A waste of time.
Oh, they're good. Now, those are pretty good, Rock.
They suck.
Yeah.
They were terrible.
They're very creative.
I mean, you guys, they would probably be good if they had a better audience, and you guys didn't come up with stupid answers.
Hey, he got
And
one.
Just say, I
got
don't
one,
know.
man.
That was an easy one. I mean, how can you not get it? Why can't you trust the king of the jungle?
He's lying his
He's
way.
always lying.
Yeah.
Lying. I mean, that's an easy one.
I don't know. I thought they're all pretty good. They're all entertaining, Rock. I bet the folks out there listening as they're driving. And the thing is, we're trying to get the right answer.
I just got a report from Richie back in the studio. There's a 30-car pile up on the tent.
I doubt that's the case.
After those jokes.
See, you guys try to add content to the show and you just make it worse.
You gotta
just guys
consider the
making it
stories,
worse.
Rock. I mean, we're
Look who's
we're
talking,
we're-
dude. It's so funny. I had a lunch yesterday with a client of ours who just was like, that we love Jimmy, but the thing is, Manuch is piling on him. Manuch is like, jumping on him and pounding him and things like that, and then he goes
like he doesn't deserve it.
And the guy told me, he goes, Manuch is just as bad as Jimmy. He has no room to talk to give Jimmy B crap for what he says. What's the first thing you said when to open our show today?
No, we were
messed up
live right here.
You thought you were in Scottsdale. This is clearly not Scottsdale.
Well, it's Scottsdale on my mind.
Why?
Well, because you were saying I thought we're in Scottsdale. I said no, we're in Tempe, and so that was
You
that was the first
guys
thing in my mind.
overthink things. You overthink things.
We don't overthink. Hey, thank God we are still thinking about things. That's.
And the weekend kicks off at Twin Peaks now with 5 Valley locations. Your Twin Peaks is your headquarters for basketball and NHL as well as baseball. Diamondbacks off today. They will host Miami tomorrow for the weekend. So coming off a nice series win over the Dodgers. First time they've done that in what did I say, 8 years?
Yeah.
6 years, something like that.
6 years.
That's just nuts.
1 minute.
Just absolutely nuts. Coming up, we'll talk about Fox Fridays, not Fox Sports Radio, but Fox television in regards to Friday Night Football. Crazy schedule that just hit, so we'll talk about that. We'll have our Learner in Row 1 call and much more as we continue on from Twin Peaks. Where is it, Manuch?
It's Tempe.
Good job.
Tempe Market.
Right here on Fox
You
Sports
sure?
910.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're balling with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Good late nights.
iHeart's Classic Rock Radio counts down the top 500 rock songs of all time, commercial-free Memorial Day weekend. The best rock, 500 to 1. Open the free iHeart app, search Classic Rock, and start listening. Free never sounded so good.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Celebrate Memorial Day weekend at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 50% bonus trade-in on all new clubs. Buy any 2 apparel items and receive a 3rd free. And save big on shoes, bags, carts, and travel covers. The more you buy, the more you save. Shop with us this Memorial Day weekend, in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Some say Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer. But I say this is. Lighting up Kingsford original charcoal on the grill with family and friends is a summer ritual. And there's no better time than Memorial Day weekend. Whether it's burgers, veggies, or some chicken drumsticks, Kingsford Original gives you that authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor that means summer is finally here.
So good.
Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Rappy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. has signed his 4-year rookie contract with the Cardinals with a team option for year 5. The Diamondbacks are off on this Thursday after taking care of the Dodgers to claim the series win. They'll host the Marlins for a weekend set starting tomorrow. Zach Gallen, the projected starter in Game 1. The Mercury hosts the Mystics tonight as they look for a third straight victory. The Suns' new G League team playing out of Mullet Arena, which leaves questions about the Tucson Roadrunners, who are rumored to head up north after the Coyotes left for Utah. Arizona State officially named Graham Rossini their new athletic director. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at foxsports910.com. That's GRAND at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with temperatures dipping down to 70 degrees. And then tomorrow, sunny with a high of 97. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America N.A. Copyright 2024.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and
Live.
In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hope you're having a good Thursday afternoon. We're out here at Tempe's Twin Peaks, Tempe Marketplace. Hope you're having a good day. D-backs, they earned their first series win yesterday as they took care of the Dodgers. First time that's happened in 6 years. They're off today. They'll return home tomorrow as they'll open up a 3-game set with the Miami Marlins at Chase. Zach Gallen will be on the mound for the D-backs, and the Fish they'll counter with left-hander Braxton Garrett. That is tomorrow. Suns Kevin Durant and Devin Booker were honored by the NBA yesterday as Durant was named to the All-NBA second team, while Booker earned the third team honors. And if you didn't hear yesterday, the G League team will be called the Valley Suns, and they'll play at Mullet Arena, which means the Tucson Roadrunners will stay down at Tucson Convention Center there in Tucson. So those are some of your top local stories here. On a national level, a bill that would require car makers to keep AM radio in the dashboard has taken a step forward in Congress. Many of you say, oh, no one listens to AM.
That's not true.
A lot of people do. And, of course, we have a HD channel, too, 99.9 HD3. But if passed, this would require the Secretary of Transportation to issue a rule requiring access to AM broadcast stations in all cars. Now, if you are a manufacturer that produces fewer than 40,000 passenger cars, so you got those high-end cars, you're probably not listening anyway, you're okay. But they'll have 2 years to catch up with the cars that don't have AM radio, and if they don't have an AM radio after that, they'll get some severe fines. So good news there it's great for the folks that are into AM radio like us.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the last bastion of radio. You think that AM radio goes away. It's okay. We make the move to HD3. I mean, I think about that. I listen to a lot of AM radio. Most of the talk shows that are either FM or AM, but it's just kind of like, just still that hominess of the AM radio. FM got the sounds, obviously, but the AM radio is still that last bastion of radio, Jimmy.
So if Warner Brothers Discovery does lose out on a piece of the NBA pie, a lot of talk about what's going to happen. Charles Barkley does have a solution, of course, for continuing the Inside the NBA, which is a great show, as we all know. He says that sign everyone on the show to work for his production company. Of course, he has his own production company. He was on the Dan Patrick Today show, and he basically slammed the Warner Brothers Discovery Network for inking college football, but not prioritizing NBA, which is interesting. As we've gone back and forth on the plans on what's going to happen with college football, NFL football, Friday night football. As the Friday night slate, we know that those games are coming, and it's going to be skewed towards West Coast is really what's going to happen here. But Fox made a major play in college football as of late. They did start that big noon Saturday a few years ago and did really, really well, averaging about 7 million viewers. Each year they keep increasing with that. But for them to now have Friday night football, which I know a lot of people are against, but we're all going to watch. It sucks for the high schools, but at the same time, does it really affect that many people? It doesn't.
No,
we're going to watch.
The high school crowd's going to go to their high school game.
I mean, they are, and it'll kick off on the 13th, 8 o'clock Eastern start, so that'll be 5 o'clock for us. It'll start with Arizona at K-State. One thing I found interesting looking at the schedule, there are a bunch of games that start 9 o'clock Eastern. Okay, Eastern, like Michigan State at Oregon. That is a 9 o'clock start for Michigan State fans.
PM kick.
There is a Rutgers at USC game, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern start.
Wow.
Most of the Eastern starts are 8 o'clock, so that'll be 5 o'clock for us. But there are multiple 9 o'clock, Iowa, UCLA, so that won't be as bad because it's only a 2-hour time difference. But, those games that are East Coast, like UCF, 8 o'clock Eastern, playing Utah. I don't know. I don't know why they have to really rely so much on the East Coast so much of the time.
Heavy population.
I understand that.
You grew up.
I get it, but if that's the case, then why would you do it? Why would you do 11 o'clock start in a New York market?
See, that doesn't make sense. 11 o'clock.
To your point, Jimmy, that's why I wanted to see how you would respond.
Yes.
I turned it around on you.
I did.
11 o'clock start
I'm well
in
aware.
New York.
It's Friday night. What are you doing? Are you out?
Yes.
You might be out.
Yeah.
Okay, then the Bars probably got the game on. So from that aspect, they still believe that they will pick up viewership on the East Coast because it is a Friday night. And people go out. Jax is out. He's out having fun.
Well, what's unique about this Rutgers game at USC, 11 o'clock start, they're using the lead-in of World Series Game 1.
Oh.
So that game could start even later.
It could.
If it goes extra innings.
Yeah.
If they're going to hold back.
They're going to hold the kickoff till the game's over.
They may.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you think about that game will be over, well, East Coast time, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30. I mean, your point, Jimmy, that's Friday night. A lot of people will be out and about. Also, you get a kickoff. You're in a bar going, what's that? Is this tape delayed? No, this is live. It's kicked off.
Yeah.
And, to that, I'm like, I love the high school broadcast, the high school games on Friday night. But, yeah, people are going to watch. All the K-State folks will be watching Friday night. They take on U of A, the opening game.
I don't think that the high school per se is going to be affected that much. I mean, it's family. It's family and friends that go, and
it doesn't put a dent.
Yeah, an alumni of that school. So that's it.
That's probably the only thing. Is this: if you're an alumnus and you got your son playing, you just tape it anyway.
Yeah,
you would tape that. But I look at this. I look at this FS1. More money being generated, for those schools.
Yes,
who are going to need more money with. We're going to get into revenue sharing on top of covering some of the NIL money.
I think it's more on these guys need to air these games so they can get advertisers to pay for the rights to show these games.
Correct.
That's the bigger play.
Yes.
Not the schools.
The rights
They're getting
fees
their
are,
money no matter what.
They are.
They're getting all their money.
Rights fees are just
TNT
astronomical.
Sports, they just reached a 5-year agreement with ESPN. Yep. They'll broadcast playoff games on their platform. So they will show the first 2 college football playoff games during the next 2 seasons. Then they'll add 2 quarterfinal games beginning in 2026. Then ESPN will carry all the other games. So, of course, this playoff field is now expanding, as we all know, from 4 to 12 teams starting this season.
There'll be a time, I think they're pretty much close with college football. We're about mid-season. The MAC gets going on Tuesday nights and Wednesday.
And Wednesday, yeah, Tuesday,
pretty
Wednesday.
much
MAC action.
Action.
Through the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you got your Friday, Saturday.
And I think Sunday NFL, Monday NFL.
Well, I love the saturation because I'm watching. I mean, I'm that junkie that's watching.
Yeah. And by the way, this isn't, I want to correct you, it's not FS1. This is Fox 10.
Oh,
this is Fox 10.
Oh, I assume it was FS1.
So this is Network Fox.
Wow.
So you said FS1. I went over my head, but yeah, it's Fox Network, not the cable. So
some more eyeballs,
much more eyeballs.
Yes. Well, look, they're losing the SmackDown product, the wrestling product on Friday night.
Man,
so really? So I'm just
my God.
Where's it going? Is it going to hang out with bowling?
No, it's going to go to it's going to go to the USA Network. So this is what they are going to fill it with. Look, a lot of networks have really jumped in, and you guys all know this. They've jumped into sports. Why? Because sports draws eyeballs to the television set. I'm not going to watch the 4th rerun of a sitcom on the air that I've already seen twice. So now you fill it with live programming, and it's college football.
It's just like, we open up this hour talking about AM radio being relevant.
Sure.
So many people think it's not. But when it goes to Congress that they're mandating that cars have AM, that does tell you something.
Yes.
Of course, people like the FM sound, and we have that on 99.9 FM HD3. And like in my car, I drive an electric car, and I don't have AM in my car.
Okay.
I don't. Thank goodness I have either TuneIn, which I could get it.
Right.
I have all the streaming, or I have the HD. So I listen to it. And so if you have HD in your car, I think a lot of people don't even realize
they have HD.
They have it. You didn't, right? At first,
I did.
Kimmy's, right?
And then I found it.
So you go to 99.9.
Yeah.
And then you just move it over 2 notches, and you'll say HD2, HD3, and then you lock it in, and you're
That's
done.
it. You're done.
The FM sounds.
Yeah, and it's great. It's great.
I mean, you always sound like you're an FM, Marv Allard.
I don't know about.
Come on.
You wake up and good morning. How are you doing this morning? Embrace those velvet tones, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hey, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question today, which has to do with football and games, regular season and all that. How many NFL
2
games
minutes
per regular season would be best for you? What? How many games? 17, 18, 19, or 20? Those are your 4 choices. How many NFL games per regular season would be best for you? Go to Roc and Manuch online and vote. Thanks to State 48 Roofing. For a free quote, repair, or installation, you can head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on their social media platforms. Search #SexyRoofStatus.
Currently,
Do you have a preference?
17's at 54.5%. That's the leader.
20. How can you not say 20?
20
It should be 100%.
I vote 18.
I went 18.
Why? Why would you want less? Why wouldn't you want more NFL football?
I would love NFL football, but I think there's got to be some sort of limit just for player safety.
Yeah,
I really
give
do.
me the cheese.
I really do. Because if you go to 18 games, I think that they may have to institute then 2 buys.
They would.
Which is fine.
Which is fine.
What do we care?
Yeah.
And those 2 buys are for you old folks so their bodies can heal.
Come on.
They play 11 minutes a week. Right?
I know
they
you
have
always
6
say that.
days off between games.
Here's what's going to happen. This is what the owners are looking into.
Okay.
And when they get with the NFLPA is expanding the roster, the 2 bye weeks.
Yes.
And I don't think the players, I'm going to get paid X if it's 18 games or 20 games. But I think to Jimmy's point, if guys start breaking down and all of a sudden they literally limp into the playoffs, what kind of quality are you going to have going into the playoffs?
Sure.
I think 18's for me. Is
that
perfect.
fine.
Your question said as a fan.
Yes.
As a fan, I want to see 20 games. I
That's
want
fair.
to see more NFL.
So
Plain and simple.
So
and I want it to go to President's Weekend and be done.
I know.
And I think that's going to happen.
I think, to tell you the truth, right, that's closer than you think. I think
No,
it really
it's not.
is.
I know it is. It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen this year. Might happen next year.
I bet it does. If I was a betting man, I think I would definitely bet on that.
They'll reduce it to just 2 preseason games. They'll figure out the buys. They'll figure out the roster sizes. And if it's 18, they'll eventually get to 20. Then there have to be some changes that have to be made.
Well, Manuch, you brought up the point that they're going to, increase the rosters.
Yeah.
All right. Well, wouldn't that help with the
Sure
limping?
would. Oh, yes.
You got more guys can play.
But I'm just saying, if they have to increase, if the owners are resistant to that, then the NFLPA will go, wait a second. Okay, we don't mind the extra games, but if we can expand it as our team, because as a player, all of a sudden you've got 12 wins in the next 6 games, guys starting to fall, and you want to have some kind of guys that can, some added depth that can maintain that winning way on your team. You have key guys get hurt and there's nobody there to help back them up, or you don't have the depth, that team starts to fade those last 6 games. So you get to 12, you got 6 more, it's 18. So if you're at 12 and you got 20 games scheduled, you got 8 more games, that's a lot of football yet to be played.
Hey, the Pac-12 set some high revenue marks for their fiscal year of 2023, despite what is going on in the future. Wait till you hear these numbers next, when you hear about the difference that brought in all this money and how the members saw the distribution shrink by about $3 million. We'll dive into that next. Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Moved an earlier car fire off right, westbound 60 on the Superstition near Alma School, but still kind of slow back to Stapley left over. Northbound 17, there's a wreck near Cactus. Accident northbound Frank Lloyd Wright closed at Cactus, and a crash 27th Avenue at McDowell.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Eric Bryan here with Precision Air and Plumbing. With so many ads and gimmicks on the radio today, it's hard to know who to trust. Well, how about trusting the #1 ranked AC company for over a decade? Make the precision decision today and call us at 602-FIX-MY-AC.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at g2gbar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
A homeowner just like you decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Is it time for an all-in-one wireless printer with tons of connectivity options? With Document Solutions of the Valley, you can buy, lease, or rent models that work off of your smartphone. Call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Get to Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, plus get a $300 instant gift, all with free and fast delivery. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
The Cardinals have officially signed wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. to his 4-year rookie contract with a 5th-year option worth $35.4 million with a $22.5 million signing bonus. The Mercury entertained the Mystics tonight. The police officer who failed to activate his body cam while arresting Scotty Scheffler prior to his second round of the PGA Championship is being reprimanded by the Louisville Metro Police Department. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Offer N61. Visit staples.com/print for details. Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app. It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Second and third, one down. Corbin is 0 for 2.
Corbin Carroll center line, right center. That drops in and gets to the wall. Moreno's home. Newman coming home. Corbin Carroll heads for third with a 2-run triple, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks.
Is he back?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
He's getting there, Rock.
All right, let's hope so. That was a 2-run triple there, courtesy of MLB. As the network, as they took care of business yesterday, shutting out the Dodgers. They're off today, and the Diamondbacks will have the Miami Marlins tomorrow. Interact, need a check, make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900, and always at lernerrow.com. They can help get a free consultation. Again, one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Before we get into some NBA talk, it was released today that the Pac-12 Conference brought in $603.8 million for their period between July 2022 to June 2023, the league's final fiscal year before, of course, all the pain with all the teams that decided to take off. But that was an increase from the year before at $580 million. So each school will get $33 million, 10 of whom have since accepted bids to join rival conferences to start the next academic year. But that's pretty good stuff. And I thought this was interesting. The former commissioner, George Kliakoff, he his 3 years, we know it was awful. It was awful.
Disaster.
Right? Yeah, disastrous is a good word. He received $3.98 million in total compensation in the fiscal year of 2023.
Whoa.
That included a $500,000 bonus.
For what?
For what? Yeah. He stepped down March 1st. Now, his predecessor was Larry Scott. He was paid $2.8 million, which included a $1.5 million severance.
Well, those guys made out good. Hey, here's a lovely parting gift. As you leave, here's $10 million as you leave the conference. And it almost sounds like, Rock, like just when this conference is really starting to come back alive again, that they get healthy. But these guys are moving on. Obviously, they see the bigger paychecks down the road because of the lack of a TV contract that will fill their coffers even more so.
Why does it not surprise you that those two bozos who helped ruin the conference, the Pac-12 conference, they freaking ruined it, and they get all of that money?
Well,
that is disgraceful.
That was part of their contract.
I know what it is. But why would you even write that in?
Oh,
I mean, that's
you have to write it in.
Terrible. It's terrible.
You don't have to write it in. Who says you have to write it in?
They got to pay him as part of their contract.
No. When you did the deal,
when the chancellors and the ADs hired this Pac-12 commissioner, you got to be smart and not have these outs where these guys walk with all this money.
They had
a $1.5 million severance to Larry Scott.
Then they needed a better attorney to handle the commissioners and presidents, and those two guys had better representation than did the commissioners. Now, those commissioner presidents, they're thinking, well, okay, we're the Pac-12. Here we are, this top-notch conference. You don't ever think you're going to fall by the wayside or that these guys aren't going to be able to go get TV contracts. Obviously, somebody's not advising them properly to allow these outs that they have.
They hung with Larry Scott for the life of me. I have no idea. They should have thrown him out after he put together the Pac-12 network and realized that nobody was carrying it. You should have axed his ass right then and brought in somebody who had foresight and vision.
No, you're absolutely right. The problem was, I think a lot of people thought Larry Scott, because how successful he was launching the Tennis Channel, it was gonna come around that the Pac-12 would have full distribution. which obviously didn't. DirecTV being the one that didn't have it.
Right.
I switched from DirecTV to Dish because Dish had it. I mean, that was the only reason why I switched, because I wanted the Pac-12 network. But that was wrong. How do you not work a deal with the DirecTV folks to make it happen? Take less money, do what you got to do, or pay whatever you got to do, more money to have them clear it.
Well, how do you go? How do you go so long not to have that deal? They went how many years without working a deal?
It had to be at least 6-7 years.
So again,
without that,
who's advising?
That's
these
my
commissioners.
point.
Who are the people say, "Hey, look,
you're the commissioner. You don't have advisors."
No.
Well, then somebody's like, "Hey, heads up!
It's the president.
We still don't have our product on DirecTV. Cable's got it. They got it. Cox has got it. Why are we not missing out on dollars and cents?" So obviously, the academic side of them,
stupid.
The academic side of them,
It's taken over. So yesterday, I had to deal with the cable guy, and they're coming in to put cable at my new place, right?
Yeah.
And they get there, they're all ready. I'm like, "Oh, sweet." They're like, "Oh, it's take a couple hours, maybe an hour. We got the wireless for your TVs and all this stuff." And then they get going, like, "Well, you got coaxial." I'm like, "All right, that's cable, right?" "Well, you got to have fiber."
Oh, that's it.
And the neighborhood is all fiber. Like my neighborhood's all fiber, right?
Yeah.
And they showed me what the fiber looks like. It's like as thin as a piece of hair.
Sure, yeah.
Right? It's amazing what it is.
Yep.
And they're like, "Well, it's not hooked up to your house, so about a month we will be out here and we'll get hooked up."
They got to dig a trench.
It's already in. It's a matter of getting it from the box, which happens to be in front of my house, into the house. And that's it. It's literally 100 feet.
Okay.
And it's going to take a month for them to come and do it. It's just ridiculous.
You're on the schedule, Rock.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I asked. They're going to get back to me.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Was Larry Scott the guy who came to your house to hook it up?
But the thing was, it's like the guy that was there, and they're all third party, right? They don't work for Cox, right? And he's like, "Oh, I can hook this up right now with the coaxial," but they won't let me do it because that's the future is fiber. And years from now, every house is going to have fiber, so they're making you do it now. They're not charging me for it,
right?
But down the road they will start charging. And this is, the third party guy, he's super cool. I was running a little late.
Yeah.
They give you that window. My guy was 15 minutes early. That never happens, right?
Never happens.
And I had already tipped him.
Yeah.
I gave him money before he even started because I figured, that's how I do it. And I'm like, I gave him some money and like, "Hey, thanks for coming out. Thanks for having some patience, because then I was late. Because I was down here. But long story short, I don't got no cable. Because I hate streaming. I absolutely hate it.
I hate it.
The YouTube sucks. It all sucks.
You can't go from game to game.
That's the problem.
I hate that.
I have such bad ADD that I can't watch a show more than 10 minutes, and I got to keep jumping. And, picture in picture, this is fun. But man, when you're trying to stream, go back and forth like on YouTube TV,
it's awful.
You're screwed.
You never thought a TV contract, lack thereof, would befell a conference.
It did pretty much.
It pretty much put them out of business. Other things. But you know what? If you can't give us what these other
you really
people
think
offering,
that just the Pac-12 network is what put them out?
No.
I'm
talking about the lack of a TV contract.
Yeah.
Not Pac-12. There were all these CBS and whoever else who wanted to carry the Pac-12. They're talking about streaming. Scott kind of ignored it. The new guy came in, wants to negotiate that the lack of having a major network carry your games pretty much shut down the Pac-12. If you really think about it, everybody else is moving on Big Ten.
Michael Crow was the only guy at ASU who thought the streaming was a good idea. Robert Robbins from Arizona had to get on the horn and call that dope and tell him that, "Hey, dude, you got to go to the Big 12. We're not going to accept some streaming thing."
Well, and that's
terrible.
When that was the
that
best
call took place,
and they had an offer from ESPN, but it was peanuts.
Yeah.
Versus even the streaming was peanuts. So they all went, "We want our product to be seen. We want to get more money." That's why they all left. About a TV contract.
We don't necessarily know the behind the scenes on some of these contracts. So it's easy for us to start blasting these ADs.
Yes.
And I had conversations with one of my classmates is the AD at Stanford, and he said to me at one time, he's like, "Hey, be careful what you're hearing, reading. There's so much that goes behind a contract. It's something as simple as ESPN mandating that game start at 8:30 at night.
Right.
or starting at 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever. And they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that goes in on these contracts.
Absolutely.
that
I'm not
people don't
saying it
think-
was easy. I'm just saying
I'm not defending
they
Larry
blew
Scott
it.
by all means.
It came down to dollars and cents of what you can go make over there, what we're going to make here.
Hey, by the way, the donut giant, this is all for you, Manuch. The original glazed donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Yes.
I love those.
They're $3.84 a dozen when you purchase a dozen all weekend long from Memorial Day.
Woohoo! Talk about a sugar buzz just thinking
So
about it.
you buy a
I'll be in
dozen
line.
at regular price, and you get that second dozen for $3.84. I could plow down a whole dozen.
Oh, I could probably do it. Get a big old glass of milk.
They,
and
I
knock
don't even
them
need
bad
milk.
boys-
They just melt in your mouth.
They do. They're awesome.
I mean,
so good.
Hey, we'll talk some NBA next as the playoffs continue. It's Rock and Manuch, Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Sam Rossini officially named the new athletic director at Arizona State today. The Cardinals signed wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. to his 4-year rookie contract with a team option in year 5. The Diamondbacks are off on this Thursday after taking care of the Dodgers to claim the series win. They'll entertain the Marlins for a weekend series starting tomorrow. Zach Gallen, the projected starter. The Mercury hosts the Mystics tonight, looking for their 3rd straight win. And the Suns' new G League team will play out of Mullet Arena. That leaves questions about the Tucson Roadrunners, who were rumored to head up north after the Coyotes left for Utah. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Look for partly cloudy skies tonight with temperatures dipping down to 70 degrees. And then tomorrow, sunny with a high of 97. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Anita Roman.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale is here. Get a Sleepy's Queen mattress at the lowest price ever, just $89.99. This deal ends Tuesday, so don't wait. Visit Mattress Firm and save over 60%. In-store pickup only while supplies last. Find your nearest one today.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue with its powerful VC turbo engine. We had time to see all the animals. Oh. And out one of you!
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Get to Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and get a king bed for a queen price. Save up to $700 and get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses, all with free and fast delivery. Get matched at Mattress Firm. sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
You're live. NBA's Eastern Conference Finals continue tonight. Pacers, Celtics in Boston, Game 2. First one went in overtime. Celtics hold the 1-game lead. Last night, the Mavs, they won Game 1, the Western Conference Finals against the Timberwolves. A lot of people are rooting for those Timberwolves, rightfully so. They're fun to watch. But I got a little humble pie, I think, last night, as they really did not play well late in that game. And we've talked about it throughout the show with the fact that these guys came out and said they were tired, which you guys had a problem with. That
Absolutely.
They came out and told the truth that they were a little tired, which is fine, I think. Okay, at least just being honest.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that.
That they was tired?
No, it was an excuse.
Well,
you're 22 years old. You're not freaking tired.
So what are you supposed to say? Is there like some book
No, you
that
came
you
out
open
and
up
you
on
said-
chapter 1, page 13 that says, "All right, you just lost the first game in the Western Conference Finals, and this is what you're supposed to say when you got beat."
Here's what you say. Come on. Here's what you say.
It's refreshing that he said we were
they
tired.
beat us. But that's not true. Because they weren't tired.
How do you
They're
know?
young kids. You're not tired at 22 years of age.
Jimmy, he looked tired on the court.
Especially after a couple, days
if you
off.
watch him, he's got
I'm
his hands,
watching.
he's got his hands on his knees.
Because a 32-year-old ran his sorry ass into the ground.
That made him tired.
But Anthony Edwards came off of a grueling 7-game series against the Nuggets.
He's young.
Did not sit out a single game during the whole entire season.
Well, you guys are the
He had a guard Kyrie Irving up in the offense.
Grandpa.
Aside from his comment, you never want to tip your hand to the opponent as to you just say, look, they beat us tonight. They're the better team. We struggle at the end. I think our youth should, blah, blah, blah. And you say, well, we're tired or this, that. All of a sudden they go, that 32-year-old Kyrie Irving goes, okay, I'm going to keep attacking you.
Yeah, man.
They're going to say, you never want to tip your hand as to what's going on or, maybe my leg or my ankle. You just say, look, they beat us tonight. They were the better team. We'll get ready for them. We'll correct our mistakes. You leave it at that. You never put out there, I was tired, man. I was here. No, you just say, give him credit.
No, I mean, who are you to tell him what he can say, what he says? He came out and said we were flat tonight. Then he said we were tired.
How can you be flat when you had the lead at the end of the first quarter? You had the lead. You
you
had the lead in the third quarter.
There are hundreds of thousands of games where you have the lead in the first and second third quarter and lose. What does that have to do with it?
But that's not flat. You're flat when you get blown out by 25.
Missing
Now
all
you can
those
say you're
threes,
flat.
they were flat because they missed all those.
No
threes.
matter what, whether if it was a bad game or not, you just say, look, they just out rebound, whatever you want to say. But you never, ever in any sport, and you're in a 7-game series to that point of tipping your hand and, well, some of our guys are a little banged up or this or that. Then the opponent goes, okay, we're going to keep attacking, keep coming out. You just give them credit for winning.
Can I just say the full? Let's say, because you guys are you're cutting the quote out. All right. Here's the full quote by Edwards. Okay. We came out flat today.
Okay.
Then we found our energy. Then we went back to being flat. So I think it was just on us. Everything was on us today. I didn't get downhill as much. We were just a little tired, probably. But we're taking it as, we were tired.
No, I'm good with everything that he said, except for we were a little tired.
Okay,
probably.
I loved everything.
We forgot the probably.
Why did he even bring it up?
And that's well and good. And that's what he said.
Exactly. It's kind of nice
it's
that he's actually being truthful.
I appreciated that aspect of it.
Okay, good.
But the tired thing is like you never want to see you sweat. So it's
exactly
the same deal. Rock, when you were playing tennis, didn't you absolutely love it when you could look on the other side of the court and know that you're running your opponent into the ground and the guy is dead tired?
And then,
what's that got to do with a post-game press conference?
Because that guy wasn't going to tell you, oh, God, I'm really tired.
Never,
man. You ran
No, I didn't ask him.
Well, that's on you.
You never show you're tired. Never. Ever. You never.
Not when you compete at that
and you
level.
never talk
It's a team
about
sport.
I understand, but at that level, Jax, you're playing college football at the University of Montana. Did you ever, if you guys lost a game, did you ever go and shake hands afterward? Man, I'm really tired. You guys ran us into the ground. Did you say that?
No.
There you go.
He said
But
we
I
were
don't
just a
think
little tired, probably.
Yeah.
After he said that, I think this was on us. Everything was on us. He
sure.
took the hit.
I'm well aware he took the hit, and I'm glad that he did take the hit.
And if Dallas is in better shape than Minnesota, so be it.
You're
so
walking.
what?
Luka Doncic is walking around on one leg.
I know.
His knee is bleeding. It's the bloody sock from Kurt Schilling.
Hey,
and Luka's lighting it
Jimmy,
up.
how can he not be tired? In game 2?
He's
How
22.
can Anthony Edwards in game 2 not be tired?
Well, if he's
Tell
tired,
me.
you
I'm
never
just
know.
saying. I'm just saying adjustments.
Yes.
How can he not be tired?
Because what he did,
I'm saying in his second game,
What
game
did he do to not
what
be
did he
tired?
do to not get tired?
So come out of the game, sit on the bench,
he needs
take breaks.
Yes, he needs to take
which
a couple
doesn't
breaks.
help the team at all.
No, but he needs to attack. And to be honest with you, they have to get him off Kyrie Irving a few times because Kyrie made him look terrible.
Hey, Kyrie Irving was bound and determined.
He was
in that first quarter, and
He got called out. He got called out.
He did.
And you can notice. I'm like, wow. Hey, Kyrie, where's this been?
Yeah.
I mean, you see it in spurts during the regular season, but during the playoffs, you went, this guy is coming after you.
He got called out. Charles Barkley talked to him after the game about being called out, and that's kind of why he had a little pep in his game,
Yep.
and he played perfectly.
Okay.
But I think you also got to look at a Timberwolf team that never shot more than 43s in a game during the regular season. Shoot 49 of them.
That's
They
on
can't
them.
make anything.
That's on them, Rock.
I understand that,
That's
but
on them.
Dallas allowed them to shoot
They
those.
did. Because they played solid defense. Did you also see the key stat where Dallas scored 62 points in the paint
to their 38.
Yes,
They won it there, too.
Because they drove to the basket. That's why. And half of those were dunks.
Don't you think part of that too is because Karl Anthony Towns shoots too many threes?
I agree with that.
I mean,
statement.
9 threes.
Yes, I agree with that statement.
Well,
he did hit a big three-pointer
especially
at
with
the
how many
end.
they got in the game, like
but
you mentioned.
the Cam had a couple nice putbacks put in there
He
too.
did.
To help,
But
them
he
get
was
that
way
lead.
off. He was 6 of 20.
Yeah.
He only had 16 points. Hey, the superstars on Minnesota didn't step up. The superstars for Dallas did.
They did.
And that
was the difference.
And that's
I-
experience.
It is experience. I don't think it has to matter if he's tired or not tired being 22 years old.
I
think experience. These two guys are used to the big lights, the bright lights.
They are.
I
The
thought
other two aren't.
I thought it was just fun to see the last two games in these Western Conference, Eastern Conference finals as tight games.
Oh, I love
close games.
I think the NBA playoffs have been the best they've been in years.
awesome.
Really?
I wish we had our team in our backyard in it too, but
I know.
these games have been great. I mean, we love 7 games, right? We want these series to continue.
Absolutely.
But when everything got close, it was the big boys that stepped up, Luka and Irving, and they pretty much got that. And I think that, tired or not, I think the experience pretty much wore them down because they got out of their game plan.
Wore them down mentally.
And they got desperate. All of a sudden, you see turnovers like you did with Indiana.
Yes.
You saw the turnovers.
Tyrese Halliburton, 2 big turnovers.
In the overtime, you saw things that are uncharacteristic of Indiana and of Minnesota, and you pretty much saw Dallas beat them down the stretch. I thought it was great at their own game, going down low. You guys are closed. All right, you keep missing your threes. We'll get 2. All of a sudden, you get 6, 8, 10 points up. Now that you can't get back in it by missing some threes or making some threes, but it was horrific with their 3-point shooting. That was the fun thing about it. It was like, oh, wow, this is like the good old NBA, man. These are close coming down the last 10
I like
seconds.
it that they're letting them play, too.
Yeah,
my
good
gosh.
point.
They are.
They
letting
really
them
are.
play.
You know, the whistles weren't as abundant as they have been over the years. When it comes to the playoffs, but I think McDaniels. I mean, for Minnesota, he had a hell of a game. 6 threes. He played well, scored 24 points. But I think the biggest thing was that second half, they could not get it going.
That's it.
And they couldn't. I mean,
So-
40-something points, 43 points. I think they
but
scored the
that's
second half.
that's a byproduct of how well Dallas defense came up big
Yeah.
as well. We discussed this on the show where everybody said, "Well, Luka doesn't play any defense. Kyrie Irving doesn't." No. Now that the playoffs are here, those two guys have turned it up to another level.
I think Minnesota went into this game they had already won.
I'm with you.
Could have been.
The hype machine is
yeah.
huge.
It is.
And these guys, none of these guys, maybe there's a few guys that have had this type of experience in the postseason.
Mike Conley.
yeah. And and he he didn't do much
he
either.
Didn't have a
he
game
was
at
2
all.
of 7 when it comes to threes, but I do think that's what it was. And I just thought the last 4 and 5 minutes was so sloppy for Minnesota that it was irritating. I mean, I was rooting them on. Sure, I like to see them win because I think there's so many people that are on this Minnesota bandwagon and they would love to see Minnesota, Boston.
Sure. See, I'm a Dallas guy.
Yeah.
I
like Dallas too. I don't not like them.
No, I understand.
But the story,
I like the story. I'm a big,
Yes.
Karl Anthony Towns guy. I mean, I love watching these guys, and so it's like I want to see what Anthony can do.
Yeah, I think
well.
You talk about those. I think if Minnesota has just slowed it down, everybody just breathe and kind of get in their game plan. But they got anxious. They started taking some bad shots, and all of a sudden you saw Luka, and they just got okay.
You say the bad shots, but Dallas was allowing them to shoot those shots.
They did.
They basically said, "Hey, we know it's a cold night in Minnesota. We're going to let them keep firing these things up," and they kept missing.
But
so they didn't even have to really play much defense. That's why they got more boards because they were underneath the hoop the whole time because these guys were missing.
That's a very good point.
They were missing.
They went cold, and Dallas capitalized on that. So what is that? That's good coaching by Jason Kidd.
And they had no answer for Luke and the boys down low in the last minute and a half. Even the last minute and a half, like, they got a chance. And then another miss. Then a couple buckets at the end was pretty much game set
I'm
match.
just going to tell you guys this. Luka Doncic is so good. He is such a tremendous player, and he plays at his pace. He never gets rattled. Even if they double him, he doesn't get rattled. It's amazing to watch.
We'll come back. One more to go. With Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
202 Santan Freeway, westbound off-ramp to Kyrene Road. We have an accident on the ramp off left. 101 Price Freeway. This is southbound on-ramp from University. Have a crash that's off to the right. And 17 northbound, a crash near Cactus.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Use the experts on hiring for professional roles. Visit SIGExpress.com to connect with professionals in accounting, IT, and engineering. The specialized recruiting group takes an individual approach, placing people in contract and full-time roles. SIGExpress.com.
Do you ever have a case of the Mondays? You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated to this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Get to Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, plus get a $300 instant gift, all with free and fast delivery. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
You're live.
Finish up out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax, as well as Richie back at the iHeartRadio studios. Tomorrow we'll be out at Wright Toyota. Who do we got on the show tomorrow?
I'll catch up with John Sapichetti, longtime Boston broadcaster. Scott Sprites will handicap some of the games, and then Kevin Ray, the voice of the Phoenix Suns, will join us tomorrow afternoon as well.
We talk Cowboys with him.
We could. Cowboys, Suns.
What's there to talk about with Suns? Well, we can talk about Budenholzer. Still a story, right?
Yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, they're still talking about it on all the talking heads.
They're in cap jail.
Yeah, they're the how can you get Devin Booker off the schneid? I thought he was off the schneid this year. Do you find it odd that Book all NBA but 13 all NBA?
I don't find it odd at all.
I don't either. I think it's perfect.
Yeah. You think he'd be.
Yeah, there are a lot of good players in the NBA.
No, they do. But you
figure we got 2 in the top.
Sure.
Second and third. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, KD second team and Book third team.
Why you think he should be second?
I would think that in this part of his career, making that consistent move up, he might have been second team.
But he hasn't.
That's the thing. I mean, are we giving him more credit than we should?
You're the ones doing the talking right now.
I said he's not a superstar. I said he's an all-star.
He's not a superstar?
No. I don't see Devin Booker as a superstar.
Wow.
You got KD as your superstar.
I think he's a superstar. If KD wasn't here, he would be the superstar.
Yeah.
I think it has to do a lot with who you have around you too, don't you?
I haven't seen Devin Booker these last 2 or 3 years just take complete control of these playoffs.
So this is the Devin Booker. He's just a good player.
He's an all-star.
He's an all-star. He's just an all-star.
He's a damn good player. I don't see him as that.
But he's not a superstar.
Nope. Not at all.
I think if you put him on another team, he would be a superstar. But I think he's a superstar here too. There's nothing wrong with having 2 superstars on your team.
No, there's not. I mean, there's not. I just don't think that
KD's top 5.
Sure.
NBA player.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
You mean right now?
Right now.
Today, in today's league, he's
think
not top 5.
You don't think?
No.
He can still take over a game any day of the week.
He can, but he's been replaced by several other players.
So top 10?
Top 10, yes.
All right, I'll go with that.
Okay.
20
What do you put Book? 20? Top 20?
Yeah, top 15.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're saying that KD and Booker are relatively the same on your list
Pretty much.
of superstars.
Yes.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, look what has happened to the league. Look at the guys who were first team NBA. There's no Steph Curry. There's no LeBron James. There's none of those guys. It's all young guys led by Nikola Jokic.
Well, changing of the
MVP.
guard. Yeah,
it is a changing of the guard.
That's happening.
It is.
But I still look
normal.
I look at KD as I still think he's ahead of Book. I do. When a guy can take over a game, averaging 28 and a half.
Who would you take in a one-on-one?
Oh, I would
KD or Devin Booker?
I would take KD.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, I do too.
Yeah. Just because of length and the ability to get his shot from pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what kind of moves the Suns make, if they make any at all. I don't know how much Budenholzer's can be able to make the big 3.
They are strapped.
Successful.
Strapped.
But, a point guard, we all know. Is there a point guard out there?
Or back
Are they going to get anybody with their second-round draft pick? I mean, what can they do?
They can draft.
First round, 27th overall.
Yeah, first round.
27, 22. 27?
27, I think. Is that it? Check that, Jax. Make sure that we're right.
I think you're right. I think it's 22.
Okay, 22. They can get a player in that slot. But is that player?
He wouldn't be ready to go.
He's not going to be ready to go.
Valley Suns, baby.
Yeah. Well, I got news for you. They're going to be stocked well with a lot of free agents. That's what they're
right.
I do like the fact that the Valley Suns are going to be in the backyard.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a better idea who's coming up if someone's coming up.
Right.
It's one thing I do miss in minor league baseball is knowing some of who the AAA guys are that are coming up. I couldn't tell you one guy right now, Diamondbacks, that are sitting out there.
Well, I think for the basketball junkies too, they maybe can't afford to watch the Suns, to go watch some G League games. There are a lot of guys that do that before. They go up to Prescott and go watch games because they just love basketball.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford the Suns.
The Suns ticket.
Hey, here's what's on tap tonight, sports-wise. Of course, NBA playoffs game 2, Pacers Celtics 5 o'clock on ESPN. Game 1, Oilers and Stars in the NHL. That is on 5:30 on TNT. So there you have it. You got some baseball if you like, or college softball right now. Super Regionals are on ESPN2 beginning in about 7 minutes. So you got that throughout the night. So good stuff there.
Guys, on State Farm Roofing, it's your call question of the day. You can still go to @Roc on Twitter. How many NFL games per regular season would be best for you as a fan? Is it 17? Is it 18, 19, or 20? Again, go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Currently the leader in the clubhouse, 17 at 54.5%, followed by 20, 27.3%. And I voted 18. That's an 18.2%. As in third place, 19-0. So
how many for 20?
27.3%.
Yeah, baby. The more the merrier. Speaking of the NFL, the Cardinals did make it official today. They did sign Marvin Harrison Jr. to a 4-year contract with a 5-year option. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, it is fully guaranteed deal worth $35.37 million, and $22.5 million of that is the signing bonus.
Let me ask both of you guys this question, because the Western Conference in the NHL Finals begins tonight. And it is Edmonton at Dallas, the Oilers against the Stars. Because the Coyotes have skipped town, have you guys immediately lost interest in the NHL?
No, because I'm used to guys never being in the playoffs, so I always watch the
playoffs. Okay.
So, like, I watched that
Good
Ranger game
answer.
last night. I went
2 minutes,
Rangers
yeah.
Panthers. I watched start to finish.
Okay.
I was enjoying that
Florida,
with NBA right
Right.
next to it. So that's the best thing about NHL and NHL and NBA playoffs. The games are on relatively the same time.
Yeah.
So if you are at the refreshment stand, you get to watch multiple games at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not better than that.
Hey, by the way, congrats to Rick Tocchet. Got named the Jack Adams Top Coach of the Year award.
Yep.
Vancouver, our good buddy Rick Tocchet. Good things. When one door closes, 2 doors open.
And it did for him. So that's very nice for Rick Tocchet. You know, when he was a player,
awesome player.
He
for
was,
Philly.
and he's playing
Strappy.
Philly,
Pittsburgh.
and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And they used to call him Rick Tick Tocchet.
Time bomb ready to go off.
No, that was his nickname in Pittsburgh.
Tick Tocchet.
Tick Tocchet. Yeah.
Any meaning? Well, Tocchet.
Never heard that.
Yeah. Probably didn't translate into Philly.
No.
But it was a expression that apparently was flashed around in Pittsburgh.
Talking about Rick Tocchet and transparency, that's why we loved having Rick on the show.
Yep.
Transparent. He's a football, baseball. He's a fan.
Yep.
Per se, but he was great with us, great with the media. Talk about
all the
that
coaches
precious.
were great.
Yes.
With the exception of Wayne Gretzky.
He just is like were we beneath him?
Yeah.
That I don't
You couldn't even talk golf with him. I mean,
Yeah, are you
typically-
serious?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
he
would
was-
come on every week,
Yeah.
and it's Wayne Gretzky, the great one, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, we're bothering him. He's making $7 million a year being a head coach, and
Rock
he
says,
bothers.
Rock says if you're out there golfing, he's out there golfing. Yeah, I got a couple of top flights out there with my name on them.
Yeah, because he lived on one of the holes that I play over
okay,
up
yeah.
north, and I was like, I was planting balls in his backyard as a joke, just for conversation to break it up on the interview. That's all I was doing it for.
He's like, okay, I'll look for it.
Oh, wait, whatever. The